Ciao, everyone. Welcome to another Babble podcast this time around. This time we are bubbly here for a little bit of what happened at the E3 event, and I am here on this podcast with a couple of friends here. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hey. No.
Gosh, nice way to start off.
Yeah, best way to start off. I'm Saul.
Okay, so that Ice Queen is here.
All right. One at a time here. One at a time.
I'm Saul.
I am Voice Crackers, and I want to die.
Hello, Kermit the Frog here. No. Hi, I am Omega. So you know me as Omega. Maybe not. Depends on what we want to call you.
No, bagel.
And then last one we have.
Your resident Ice Queen who just got curb stomped by Mitsu.
Oh my god.
I would say
I'm still recovering.
I would say Ice Queen fan.
You major fan of the Ice Queen.
Also known as Vice.
Mm-hmm.
Or as I like to call him, Vice.
So this is the crew we have here today to discuss what has exactly happened this lovely E3 in 2019. So overall, just in general, what did you guys think of the con?
Well,
Pretty alright.
yeah, it was
solid. I think it was solid.
Yeah, overall solid.
I want to say it did start off very strong, got better at the end, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely will agree with that one. Basically, in general, let's talk about the first conference. Even though technically EA had a live stream, but they didn't really have a presentation, so we're just going to jump right into Microsoft.
Yeah, because who cares about EA?
Okay, I will admit though, as a Star Wars fan, I am excited for Fallen
Jedi.
Jedi.
The only thing I will say, I love
That's
it
the
on
only
EA.
thing we care about.
But we will admit though, Fallen Jedi was in the Microsoft conference, so that was a little bit of a bonus.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Apex is okay. I'm not really an Apex player, but from what they showed, new character does kind of look like an electricity themed May. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no.
I will say best thing out of the Microsoft their presentation. John Wick, hello, John Wick.
Yes.
John Wick.
John Wick. Thank you, Cyberpunk, for bringing him in.
And let's also not forget the hype that was the announcement of Phantasy Star Online 2 finally coming to the West.
Yes, a lot of our friends, as well as us ourselves, are excited for that.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to take up a good amount of time, even more than FGO.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
Possibly. A lot of us love FGO, but the question is now, are we all going to Phantasy Star Online? Oh boy.
FGO is dead to me. That's me. Phantasy Star Online 2 is my new gacha game.
Don't lie.
Oh god.
Hey, let's not say words we can't take back.
Mhm.
Let's not say words we can't take back.
So what was most memorable, other than Phantasy Star and John Wick? Any other memorable moments from Microsoft?
What was
Wait,
that
what?
deer game that they kind of showed?
Oh, the one with the father and the child?
Yes, that game actually looks really good. And
Oh my gosh, let me look that up real quick.
It was something Woods. I forget the name.
I'm
I
trying
think
to find
Towards
it.
the Woods.
Yeah, Towards the Woods or whatever. Towards
hold on.
the Woods.
Way to the Woods.
Way to the
yes.
Woods. Yes. I really want that game, and the kind of showing they did for Halo Infinity at the end, that was nice.
I will say that one's nice, but we gotta wait until next system.
Yeah, we definitely got to wait until next system. Granted, there is one thing I did not know about until one of my other friends pointed it out. there were actually codes on Master Chief's helmet in that trailer.
What?
Redeemable codes for Xbox Game Pass on his helmet in that trailer.
Wow.
According to an interview that I saw, actually, that gameplay that technically was gameplay they showed. It wasn't a CGI trailer.
Right.
They said that was from the new engine.
Yeah, my friend also said that. That was all in real time. And from what he also said, that was done on a PC, not a console.
Yeah, that was a PC, but it was running with the new engine. Done completely by the game company.
I definitely say Halo is going to be an interesting thing, because I've been a Halo fan for years. And I'm really looking forward to it. That is probably like the only reason I still own an Xbox.
What would you want to see differently in this Halo compared to the other ones?
What would I want differently? I mean, I would definitely like some new weapons, because Halo's weapons are always memorable for different things.
Yeah, new weapons would be nice.
But if there's one thing I definitely would like, I would like them to go back to a customization route of, say, Halo Reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really did not like what they did with the customization options for your Spartan and the Master Chief Collection and onwards, because they really limited you.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, for me, I would like for them to just take out those abilities that make you move around the map, like the boosters and such, off the suit. Because personally, for me, the thing that made the original Halo so fun was how even everyone felt.
I guess that is a... Well, then again, there are game modes you can do to remove those things.
Man, that one actually I remember.
Yeah.
Plus, but if there's one thing I'm so grateful for when it comes to these recent Halo games, I like the vaulting. I like the fact that everyone can actually sprint naturally now, instead of how Halo or Reach had it, where it had to be an armor ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's my main... Oh, wait. One thing I definitely do not want in Halo Infinity. No rec packs. Please, for the love of God.
Oh, gosh.
I do not want to go through loot box shit.
I don't think we can deal with any more microtransactions.
No, we
with
cannot.
What we have already had an experience.
I mean, after all, EA's learning that the hard way.
I mean, with the new law and all, every loot boxes are gonna have to be publicized.
Well, no. Let's not get into details about that, because that's not exactly clarified quite yet.
Nothing clarified.
Exactly what it entails.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Way of the Woods real quick, because you said that one was a good one.
That art style is beautiful.
Yes, I will agree with that.
That's really the one thing drawing me to it.
Like, the gameplay itself is really interesting. It I gotta laugh about that. Like, you know how in God of War, like, you had the sun with you and everything, and fighting and such, and like solving puzzles with you and everything? It kind of reminds me of how that works in that game. Like, you have your son with you, and you gotta like solve the puzzles and such, and get through the woods and everything like that. So it kind of looks interesting in that retrospective gameplay.
Damn it! Now you're getting me picturing the father deer with a beard.
Oh my god!
Boy, stay close to me.
Also, from what I've seen of the trailer, it looks like it will be a very puzzle-heavy game.
That's what I think it definitely is, because it's like, really with this sort of game, it's like, what can you really do? You can't technically really fight with deer.
No.
Like, that would just be weird.
Unless you have a kick button. Aside from that,
unless those horns that can illuminate light can also shoot lasers.
No, they can.
Like, the one thing for sure that attracts me to this is definitely the lighting in the game. Like, there's always like a little light glow somewhere to just make the setting of whatever area they're in really pop visually. And it just makes the artwork of this game just look stunning, even though it's very simplistic.
Yes. It really is definitely going to be one game I hope to pick up whenever we get a release. Did we get a release date for it?
I think they only said 2019, I believe.
I think
Yeah.
2019 is the expected release date, or release year anyway. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully sometime later this year, I want to play that.
All right. So that was Microsoft.
hold on. Can I bring up?
Oh wait. Yeah. Anyone else want to put in their thoughts?
Yeah. Can I?
Okay, you guys.
One game that I do want to bring up that that also had a really interesting style to it, or rather not interesting, but a really gorgeous style to it, was a game called Spiritfarer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and what I can piece from that trailer is that you ferry spirits to where they're supposed to pass on. And
Yeah.
it and you have to take care of the ship and everything, but it also looks like you can bond with the spirit, like learn their story and everything.
You know, learn their story, probably help them pass on, because there might be some sort of reason these spirits
Yeah,
are coming to you.
Like, I think what's interesting is like the theme that they're going for with this game. It's going to be interesting to
Yeah.
play and experience it, and learning to let things go after things pass on is a really interesting lesson to learn. And
we
this
don't really
really helps this possibly in that retrospect. But not only that, I think the other thing too is another thing that I see from the game is just experiencing life in general, because you build technically your boat. You build up a lifestyle by the looks of it.
Mhm.
yeah, and it looks like the rooms are fashioned after the person that room is holding, but you may have to renovate that room and change it.
Yeah, I can't really see if that's exactly true, but depending on the trailer they showed at Microsoft, that's what I saw. Hopefully soon, maybe we'll play a demo or something of that one as well.
It would be nice.
Oh right. I remembered another game that Microsoft showed off, but I will say that after we finish talking about this.
Well,
I will say that they both feel casual, so you can just pick them up on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
If anything, I would possibly like to see that game come to other consoles like the Switch.
I think
I feel
actually
like
it was
it
announced
would
for the
work.
Switch. I think it was announced for other consoles.
Here,
Yeah, so there we go.
let's see if I can find. Real quick.
I guess while that's going on, should I explain the other game I remembered that
I could have sworn I saw it during the montage.
Spiritfarer is coming up for Nintendo Switch, but also the release date for it is Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC. But the release date is slated for 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Spiritfarer looks good.
Yeah.
There was a game I just remembered that we should have mentioned earlier.
Mm-mm.
Nani?
Tales of Arise.
Oh,
We got that coming up, and we got a good chunk of Tales fans in here.
Yes. There's really not much I think we can talk about it, because really the trailer itself, I think what it did is just opened us up to the type of setting we're going to, really.
Yeah.
It opens up the type of setting as well as to sort of go off on this. It gave us a taste as to what we're going to be experiencing. No, hold on. What a true next gen Tales of game we can get, because as much as I love Tales of Bethesda, even though I still haven't finished it, it is still technically being held back by the limitations of the PS3.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait.
Even though
Vesperia?
No, Bethesda.
Vesperia was for this PS4.
No, it's on PS3 and PS4.
Yeah, so what are you saying is do you think it's going to be for PS4 and PS5?
No. What he's saying is,
what I'm saying is, technically speaking, Berseria had sort of limitations because it was developed for both PS4 and 3.
Oh, okay, so for both systems. Yes. Now I understand.
So, Tales of Arise is looking to be just
Next
current gen only. Maybe even later gen, if that's still coming around by the time it starts.
They said 2020, so it might be before next gen.
And that does give us another thing coming up, because aside from that, we also have that other Tales of game that's coming from mobile.
That one I'm also excited about, but I also will admit they're probably saving that for the Tales conference.
Yeah, they're definitely saving that for TalesCon.
Yeah.
So that probably we're going to have to wait and see what that one's all about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, hold on, just so I can get my real quick thoughts about the trailer itself. I did like the trailer, but I do need to see a little bit more because
Exactly.
They're certainly going for a different style when it comes to this one.
Like I said, they just opened up the world to us. That was basically it. It looked really good. The artwork is definitely something different. It's, in my opinion, very scaled up.
Mm-hmm.
The settings, like the city, and as well as the forest and everything, it looks gorgeous.
And the effects as well, like when we saw what looks like our main hero taking a sword out of the girl.
Yeah, that was really interesting. All the special effects that were done, the visuals and everything, they looked beautiful. But we just got to wait and see for more information on that one.
Maybe at TalesCon.
Yeah, possibly.
All right. Anyone else have anything to chime in about?
Yeah, Crackers was beginning to say something. Go ahead.
Like, coming from someone who's a Psychonauts fan, I am actually quite happy we actually got something for Psychonauts 2.
Right.
Yeah. And also the transfer with the company as well, being owned by Microsoft.
We all know what happens when Microsoft buys a company.
Well, that can't be fully sure now, because not only do we have Xbox and PC, we also possibly have Switch now. So we will have to see. But go ahead, Voice Cracker.
Go ahead, Cracker.
So, from what I've seen of the trailer, it does look like you have your powers from the first game carried over.
Yes, you do. They announced that last year.
Okay, and it does look like they're going to expand upon the main villain from the first game's backstory.
And from what I heard, basically what happens is the doctor who experimented on the kids' heads as well as some of the other characters' heads, basically he was working for someone, and you're trying to figure out who that person is.
Yeah, and through that you could potentially learn more about him, because through things like emotional baggage and repressed memories, you might learn about his backstory, and I actually am interested on that, because we didn't really learn a lot about him in the first game.
I think the gameplay they showed on the floor at E3, I think you were in his head, actually.
That was his head.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's an interesting experience. According to the director of the company, he says like some of the enemies are new as well as old, which looks really cool. You also get some new psychic abilities as well in this one, as well as keeping your old ones.
Alright, that makes sense.
And then he says like some of the new enemies are interesting, like it deals with suppression and some other psychological stuff. And it also like some of the tactics they used to use in the last game is kind of like it's like amped up, like modified.
Alright.
So, this game is going to give an interesting twist to the game, but it is kind of sad though that this game has been delayed. So we are still going to have to wait a bit for this game to come out.
That's fine.
It will be worth the wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone else? Did Weiss already mention his thing, or no?
No, I don't think Weiss.
I don't have a thing.
You haven't?
We mentioned everything that you liked.
Well, I'm kind of wanting Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, it may not be above the park, but at least it's gonna be at least good, from what I'm saying.
It looks interesting, at the least.
I'm kind of like neutral right now for Cyberpunk, because the last demo they showed was over like 9 months ago, and that demo, I from what I heard, I think it was like changed, like things were changed and everything. So we don't really even know what the gameplay is going to be like now. They showed us a nice CG trailer, which was really nice, but I couldn't tell if this was run on the engine or not, or if this was a trailer made by the company. But the gameplay stuff they did show at the end, that looked like that was what actually was in the game. And it kind of... It looked alright. It looked interesting. But I don't know if it's possibly the real actual gameplay. The fact that Keanu came on the stage, that was fantastic. Great advertising. What? Did I
love you, Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, we love you. But it's just, I just feel that they couldn't really show much in the presentation because, in my opinion, I think that one was supposed to be a major climax part for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Other than Gears of War 5. But that it just wasn't built up well enough.
No.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, I did not expect this to come out this early. I thought the Cyberpunk was going to be for the next-gen console, really.
Mm-hmm.
Not really for the current one, especially with, like, it coming out in March. So... Yeah. But we will have to see. I mean, I can't even really tell what the story is still. Can you?
No. I mean, it could be about police stuff at the very least. Trying to figure out something, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we need to get more information, and from what I heard, based on what people's heard on the floor, they said another demo is coming out in 6 months. So
we'll have to see.
Yeah, we will have to see for that one. As for Microsoft, anything else?
Nothing really that I can think of. Overall, should we at least give our rating on Microsoft for us, or no?
From each person, what do you think of Microsoft?
I would give it 5 or 6 out of 10.
Wait, well, hold on a minute. Let's, are we doing, like, grading system as in A, B, and C, or are we just doing out of 10?
I think it's
1 out of 10 is fine.
I think personally, maybe. If we're gonna go with a number grading, I would give you, like, a solid 7, if I'm gonna be completely honest here.
Yep, there you go.
It was rather average.
Yeah, I would say either a 6 or a 7.
Yeah,
even a 5.
I'll give it a 5.
I will say,
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah. I will say there were just some things that did catch my attention, like that's something that caught our attention, like Spirit Fair, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah.
Or not Blind Forest, but Ori and the Will of the Wisps. The new Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game caught my interest. And, typically, Tales of Arise and all that stuff. Other than that, though, everything was kind of
meh, because they didn't really show much gameplay, and I feel like that's what killed it.
Really, this is a conference for video games, and you show us movie trailers?
Yeah, mainly trailers, and that's really what killed me.
I seriously, I'm calling it movie trailers because the way they showed their trailers during that conference was literally just cutscenes, mostly.
Yeah. Was the only gameplay we got in the Microsoft conference Gears of War? I feel like that was the only one.
Well, not just Gears of War. They technically said, the Halo one was running on the engine. So basically, that one kind of is considered gameplay. But yes, mostly Gears of War is kind of what we saw.
I'll say this since I remember from the presentation itself, I'm sure there is gameplay of Gears of War somewhere. But during the presentation, there was no gameplay at all.
Like, they showed gameplay, I think, in the trailer. Not really.
No, not
yeah, they did.
The only other gameplay thing we could see from a trailer was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but that was it.
Like, the only thing I remember from Gears of War was them doing, like, a brief teaser for the main game, and then a CG trailer. I guess just a trailer for a game mode in the game itself.
The escaping part from the factory thing, that one was considered gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a factory. I don't remember what it was called.
Either way.
Really not much, and that is definitely what kind of killed it for me.
I mean, really, in general, the trailers themselves, either one had, like, some gameplay in it, but didn't show much, or it was a completely CGI-type trailer that was just talking about story. And that's wonderful, but save that for the movies.
Exactly.
This isn't the movies. This is video games. Show us gameplay. Show us the specs of how the game works.
At least a little something.
Since we basically just gone over everything for Microsoft, should we just move on?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I mean,
Next
I would
one.
say at least Bethesda is actually getting their stuff together now.
Somewhat.
Yeah, that's
They're fixing it a bit.
Okay, I will go over quickly. The only good things I say from Bethesda were Ghostwire,
Yes.
Doom,
Yes.
and
Yes.
what was that one other game?
But
Oh, there was one other game that was really interesting. I can't remember it.
Deathloop?
Yes, Deathloop.
Yes.
Those are the only ones that were interesting.
yeah,
That was all that was.
And the funny thing is, too, for those games, they actually explain the setting you were in as well as some of the gameplay.
Exactly.
yeah.
So that's what really made us really want to buy those games, because they went into detail of what these video games are. Not just story, not just characters, but what exactly the kind of game you're playing, the type of combat system you're going to have, the type of actions you can take with your character. All of that.
Yeah, those are the only good things. I think the best way I can put it for me is that one video I linked a while back with that one guy. It was basically F you,
Yes.
F you,
F you, F you. You're cool. I'm out.
F you, I'm out.
All right, so out of 10, what would we give Bethesda?
4.
I'm giving it a 5. Just to be fair.
You know what? I'll give it a 4, a 5, only because I'll only give it a 4 if it didn't have what's her name? It says it on here.
Oh yeah, that girl. She
Yes, the girl. The one girl presenter.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, because of her, she rates it up to a 5. Aside from that,
I think we found Futaba's mom, guys.
Oh my gosh.
no, not her mom. Like one of her relatives.
Yeah, like
That's actually cool.
Her name was Ikumi Nakamura.
Ikumi was the only other good thing.
Nukumi, please come back next year.
Please come back.
Tell us more on Ghostwire. Please tell us more on Ghostwire.
I think that was the other thing too. She kind of, with her enthusiasm and her body language, she kind of helped sell the game big time as well during the presentation.
She did.
Yeah, it didn't just set up a good way for us to get interested in the trailer and not just bombarding us with boring talk.
I mean, the other thing, like, her role technically was to explain what the game was. And she did a solid job, even with her accent going on.
Yeah, even with her accent, she did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is why she's a meme now.
Yeah, which is why she's a meme.
She's an idol now.
But
she's a bit of an idol just because of her thing with E3.
Alright, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft?
Wasn't the PC gaming show before this?
Technically, yes, but it's kind of difficult because some of us here did not watch it.
Yeah, right. I still need.
Just in general, for a quick wrap up, I will say Chris Tales. Holy crap!
Chris Tales. Yes, that looks good.
Oh my god!
Although I'm happy that's coming to more than just PC.
Yes, I am definitely happy. Yeah, I am so excited for that game. I remember back when that game was first starting up and I found that, and I was like, holy crap. Because I was recommended this because someone told me about Wonder Boy. We were talking about the game Wonder Boy, if you remember that one.
Yeah.
And
Never heard of that one.
Yeah,
it's a really interesting one. But we were talking about that, and they were like, hey, did you hear about Chris Tales? And I was like, no. And they showed me the trailer, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm sold.
I think probably the more interesting thing about it is that you can see the past, present, and future
all together. Yeah, that's like really cool mechanic that I am so excited to play with. And then not only that, you still have the mechanic of regular RPGs in this.
Yeah, and I do hope that you can switch between times on the fly, or there's like statues you can go to, and not just, it's just aesthetics.
Like, I think this is like your way of possibly solving puzzles, I think. Like, situations going on in the world and stuff like that, and the fact that you can actually see the past, the present, and the future and everything. Use them to your ability to help save the world and everything. And I'm just, and then not only that, the art style. Oh my gosh, the art style's gorgeous. I love it. And the animation looks absolutely gorgeous too. Oh my gosh, and the best part is, this was done by a company in Europe. Oh my god, thank you. I am so proud of the people at Europe. Thank you.
As you guys couldn't tell, Ryoko's like her aesthetics.
Full fangirl mode.
Yeah.
Not even, like I would be fangirling just as hard, because it's so fucking good.
It just looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, you would see, like, for example, like God of War or Forza or Breath of the Wild. There's just the visuals. Just seeing the visuals looking such a very unique touch from that company. That one company just makes it look gorgeous and lovable. And makes me want to play it.
Yeah.
So, alright. So that was PC. I will say the one thing about the PC presentation is that I give that one actually a 7. Because the way they presented that presentation was actually in an interesting, solid way. There was a woman dressed up in a shark costume. And then, not only that, they kept us attracted to what was coming next, because, like, what they were doing was sort of like, next coming up, we're going to talk about this game, and this game, and this game. And then, not just that, like, even after they did talk about those games, they still said, upcoming next is also this game, and this game. It just kept me glued and wanting to see more and more. So, that one I give them a thumbs up. Was there much gameplay? A bit.
No.
But that's because PC, really, all you can show is technically, I think, gameplay, really. Not much really had story to show, I think, from what I saw from the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, that one I give it a 7. Omega, what do you think?
I actually just finished watching it. So, I would give it a 7 sounds good.
Yeah, if anything, I feel like for some of us who probably still didn't catch up while this thing is still going on, maybe we could just put our ratings of the other ones in the description.
Yeah, I'm going to put our ratings in the description for sure. Oh, and just so you know, my rating for Microsoft, that one is a 4 out of 10. And then Bethesda, I give that one a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, because of
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on.
All right, so that was PC. Now we're moving on to Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Ugh, excuse my language.
NyQuil real quick.
What was that?
Let me get my NyQuil real quick.
I will say,
Okay.
the new Watch Dogs actually looks rather interesting.
I will agree with that.
I will agree as well. I like this. I like the way that they're going about things, and it's
Like, that one is a really unique way of thinking, of approaching a video game, going like, hey, all right, who's our main character going to be? You know what, let's make it everyone!
It's an interesting idea, I will say that.
yes.
So,
Aside from that, though, I feel like the rest was just rather generic, at least from what I've seen so far.
like, I mean, you Just Dance, woohoo,
Just
same thing.
Okay, but
people come on the floor and dance. That's great.
Let's remember, Who wants to play Just Dance 2020 on the Wii?
Okay. There are families out there who still have a Wii and actually like to play it.
I know. I still own a Wii too. I'm just having a little fun.
Yeah, I know.
Coming on the Wii.
Like, for all intents and purposes, even the Wii is still a much more favored console than the Wii U.
Yeah. Wait, the Wii U existed?
No, Zelda Wind Waker, why aren't you on the Switch?
Zelda Wind Waker, Twilight Princess HD. Why no, just watch that somehow later down the line to get ported to Switch.
Customer session, can you please come to the Switch, please?
But yeah, I swear, you'd make it even more dead if you port Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD on the Switch.
like those are literally my two reasons for wanting to get a Wii U. If those don't ever get ported, I am literally like dead with the Wii U.
Wait, all right. Let's save that for the Nintendo part.
Yeah. Moving on.
Transition.
I will say there was a lot of TV stuff in Ubisoft. Like there was the
TV show Mystic Quest. It was called
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest, and then at the end they announced the Division movie coming.
The Division movie, as well as Finn, Jake, and Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time.
Oh yeah, they're coming to Valhalla, which is all right.
A lot of entertainment-oriented type of announcements, which I'm okay with the Princess Bubblegum and Adventure Time stuff going on, but the TV stuff that could have been saved for Entertainment Weekly or something. At E3, this is Video Game Con. You want to talk about video games, not really. I mean, I get it. People probably watch Netflix on their systems and such, but you barely really. Well, the thing is, like, they barely showed us anything. Even for these titles, like the Division, they just showed the title logo, and that was it.
Yeah, like they showed us a bit of Watch Dogs. They showed us. They didn't talk much about the Division. And they showed off.
They showed a bit of Rainbow Siege.
Yeah, Rainbow, Ghost Recon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, and
I mean, even the new Rainbow Siege that's coming out, they really didn't show much for it. They didn't give us a release date. They just said it's coming, and they showed us a story. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But I didn't even feel like we got much of the story from it.
No. All we know is from Ghost Recon, that one guy from The Walking Dead is in it, and he brought his dog to the stage, which.
Oh yeah, that dog moment. Like, why is your dog here?
Why is your dog there?
You love your dog.
Like, literally, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I thought the dog was, like, brought on for a purpose, because that never happened before.
Yeah.
So it's like, there has to be a reason why he's there. No, he's just there to chill.
He's just there to come out, lay down, that's all. He's just there to...
Like, you couldn't have gotten someone off stage to watch your dog for 5 minutes. Like, I would understand if the dog is very sensitive and needs to be near you, but I don't know. I wasn't big on the whole dog coming out on stage. It's just like, you brought it out, you really caught a lot of people's eye. The one major thing about advertising on TV or any type of screen form in general is putting a dog on the screen, or a kitten, any sort of a pet, and that immediately catches people's eyes. So immediately when you brought that dog on screen, you caught people's eyes.
Yes.
You caught the people's attention.
Overall rating?
Or
5.
I'll give it.
I would give it, I guess, 5 or 6.
I would give it a 5.
I give it a 6 because one, just because of the dog for me, and two, I am really. I gotta say, Watch Dogs really thought outside the box.
Plus, I can definitely say, even though we got mainly trailers,
We also did get a bit of gameplay, though, here and there.
Yeah, that's the thing, though.
Yes.
That's another thing that boosted out. Ubisoft showed a bit more gameplay than Microsoft and Bethesda.
Especially with the new Watch Dogs games. That's, like, even coming out, actually, very soon. And that gameplay, I think, was over 15 minutes or something. Like, that was, like, excellent. Just sitting there and watching that gameplay.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, yeah. Definitely,
old lady kick ass.
Definitely 6 or 7.
Yeah. 5 or 6 around.
Or 5 or 6, yeah, 5 or 6. I think for me, in total 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Enix.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, that was great.
That one was probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, definitely one of the best of this year's E3.
But I'll also put it to the table here. Square Enix does not come to E3 every year compared to the other 3 we talked about so far.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when they come to E3, it means, hey, we got something really good to bring to the table. So you kind of have to, I think in a way we kind of have to like down. No, like kind of degrade them a bit because they just don't come every year, in which case they kind of have the little bit of a advantage over some of the other companies that come in.
Well, honestly, I would say that's not entirely fair either, because they were here last E3 as well.
They were there last E3, but they did not have a presentation.
No.
So that's what I'm getting at, is if you have a presentation and you're presenting every year, like for example EA, Ubisoft, and Bethesda, they're showing every year, and they're just as big of a company as Square Enix. And yet Square Enix doesn't present for like per se every other year. Yeah. That kind of is a bit unfair, but I will say though, I think those companies should look at Square Enix and go, maybe we should do the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, I'm just being a bit scared of Square Enix. Like,
I mean, the one thing for sure, we definitely love Square Enix's presentation.
Like, they showed us
definitely one of the best
stuff after. Like, the only thing I feel like they just stuck out a little bit too long on was Dragon Quest Builders.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can understand them explaining gameplay, but it's like a lot of the stuff they showed, it's like that was stuff we already knew.
Yeah, that was really lengthy for stuff we already knew from the previous one.
It was a very lengthy presentation for...
Okay, first off, we're going to all say this together. Favorite game in that presentation?
Final
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, Final Fantasy.
Like, that, just opening up with that, like, that would sell anybody on a live stream.
Exactly.
Oh, no. Like, I am glad, like, we knew they were going to present Final Fantasy VII stuff, and instead of waiting for it to be the last thing to present us with to end it off on a bang, they started it off strong and then kept it going.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a brilliant thing that they did. Not only did they show us a trailer to start off with, they brought out each of the members off saying that we are very excited that you guys are excited for this game, and we brought something really good for you today. And then they showed us the gameplay. The gameplay and the mechanics in it that they introduced. That was fantastic.
I finally got to say fuck.
And I actually went through that trailer again, and I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it.
We'll have to see when a demo or the game actually comes out. But the other thing too is, like, even after that, the gameplay, they gave us another trailer, which was really good.
It gave us an extended trailer.
Like it was an extended showing off Tifa as well as some of the other characters and the gameplay. Gameplay.
I swear. I love Tifa's fucking design. The remake.
The Tifa's remastered design is great.
Like, I swear. I look at some people though, and just can't help but cringe at the fact that they're complaining about it just because of the chest size, though. That's just me.
Yeah.
For all you know, it's bots. Who knows? Bots or trolls. Who knows? In my opinion, Tifa, she looks how she should. She looks great. Aerith, I will say, I feel like she has doll eyes. Like, I feel like she's a doll.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
There's something off. I just couldn't pinpoint it.
They can always touch upon her.
If anything, that's probably going to get touched up on later.
Yeah, they can always touch upon her between now and March 3rd.
And that's the other thing, too, that was great about the conference. They said it's coming out in March. And then not only that, a while back they said it was going to be put on multiple discs. Only 2 discs.
Yeah,
2.
Two Blu-ray discs. Like, over... How much is it? Like, I remember I saw Max's stream when he was talking about it. It was like 120 each? 120 megabytes, I think.
Huh, wow.
Or not megabytes, either megabytes or gigabytes. I think it was gigabytes.
It's probably gigabytes.
120 gigabytes on each disc.
If they were able to make that entire game off of like 120 megabytes, I'll be like, Sweet, take all my money.
I'm sorry, I was fumbling there, but still.
That'd be damn impressive.
It would be damn impressive.
Now, here's the question, though. Would you guys get the collector's edition?
Oh, I would.
Personally,
okay.
No.
Okay, first off, do you guys know the price?
How much is it?
Okay, hold on. Are you talking about?
Okay, so just so you know, the deluxe edition is going to be about $80, which comes with the steel bookcase as well as the summons that you can get. I don't remember what they call it, but it's like the collector's edition that's like almost $200. Not the play arts. This one doesn't come with it. That collector's edition is going to come with the summons, except for one that's only for the play arts edition one.
Okay.
But this collector's edition comes with the steel box, an art book, soundtrack, the summons. It's just like the perfect ultimate edition, I think. And then there's the Play Arts edition, which is only available on Square Enix, which comes with the Play Arts figure, as well as one more additional summon that you can only get with that edition.
That's 300.
Yeah, that one is 330 actually.
Yeah.
Damn.
So.
And what about the other one you mentioned earlier?
That one's around 200, I believe. I think. Maybe even less. It probably should be less, technically, because the Play Arts figure range around $100.
Yeah.
Even then, I would say if you think it's worth getting, get it.
I say at least get the deluxe edition.
Yeah, the deluxe edition for sure. I'm talking about the other 2 collections, I
know for me, I definitely would have to do a lot of saving, and I know how that's going to be with the torture that would be FGO when it comes to fall to winter.
Oh, gee.
Personally, for me, I'm probably just gonna get the games as is, because while I like Final Fantasy VII, it's not one of my favorites.
That's understandable.
Yeah,
it's up to preference.
I'll even say for my end, I still haven't played Final Fantasy VII or any Final Fantasy game. So, But this has piqued my interest, and I do have the original PS1 game on my PS4. So, at some point, I do feel like booting this up before the actual game comes out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, so moving on from this particular game.
Yeah, other stuff.
Blythe, was there anything you wanted?
Oh, that's right.
If I had the money, I would get the deluxe edition, but I'll probably have to settle for the standard edition.
Yeah, if anything, I still gotta wait for when I get called in for the job I applied for. Before I can do anything specific.
All right. Any other games peaks? Anybody's interest from that conference?
I'm excited for KH3 Remind. Even though they showed the trailer before the conference, where I really find it dumb that they didn't give us a bit more of a longer trailer.
Right. That was a bit that was annoying, but I can understand because that part of the game is still in development. and put together
yeah.
in a manner of speaking. As for the setting and where this is taking place,
I mean, I feel like this is good because there are some parts that kind of makes the Keyblade Graveyard section of KH3 go a bit
I mean, it might make it go better because you're actually playing more with some of the other characters, which is nice.
Not just that,
as well as story as well.
Yeah, because it's like Nomura said, he originally wanted to do more with the Keyblade Graveyard, and that was the hardest part of KH3 for him.
Right.
But the problem is with time constraints, he could not fit everything in.
Exactly. So with this, he could probably fit it together. But any other quotes before I pop the big question here about the trailer?
I guess the last thing to mention is, I feel like with Remind, if it does go the direction I believe it's going to go, it could essentially fix Kingdom Hearts 3 for a good amount of the community.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
I feel like one thing that's kind of fixing it so far is with critical mode. People are really finding that a challenge, and from what I heard, it's making them appreciate a bit of the gameplay settings more, like what you can do with the game in terms of.
All right.
I will debate you on something in regards to that later, but that's a discussion for another time.
Like, it's going to be plausible maybe, because maybe they might adjust it, but I don't think it will be very drastic.
Yeah, if anything, I'm just talking from a story standpoint.
Yeah.
It could fix it.
Like, they'll probably fix it a bit, but one of the problems originally that they had from the get-go was critical mode was too hard. But the fact that now it's too easy is a problem. Wait, for some people they said it was easy.
I feel like that was just hard mode. Like, I heard some people had issues or a very hard time with critical mode.
I mean, some people I definitely heard had a hard time, but others, like, breezed through it. But it might be because they had maxed out level and everything else, so who knows?
Maybe. That would make sense.
But here's the big question for you all. Paid DLC or free?
It's most likely...
I would like it to be free, but it's probably going to be paid.
No, it's definitely going to be paid. And it honestly makes sense because this is a thing that Nomura is known for. He only makes things paid DLC if it's like a big importance.
I want to argue it to be free, if I'm going to be completely honest, if it's something that'll help fix the main story.
Okay, but here's a question. What if it's a thing that's like selectable from the main menu? Like, say how with the DLC stories for Final Fantasy 15 are, where you have to select them from the main menu.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I will say, I remember from one of his interviews that he talked about how when it comes to it being a paid DLC, it's a complete story segment and just a world, an additional world added to the game. So I don't think the Keyblade Graveyard really is additional world. Basically what we're doing is getting additional stuff for a world that is already in there. Yeah. But we can't really, this one's just debatable, I think. Really.
Yeah, this one's debatable. I feel like it is going to be paid, and if anything...
Let me throw my 2 cents in here. I do have something in regards that was similar in a sense to this, of a game that originally was pretty good but had an ending that technically wasn't finished, and that would be Mass Effect 3.
I had a feeling you were going to
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's the obvious one to compare it to.
Yeah.
Like they released an extended cut for the ending to Mass Effect 3 that added more story elements, more endings to it, and it was free up until a point, if I remember correctly, but it was still free for a long while.
Right.
And it's like, I would find it a little bit disappointing if Nomura actually did have, in a way, to pay for something that, in a way, should have been in the main story.
But it wasn't in there because of time constraints.
Yeah, time constraints was their biggest issue with this. If anything, if they had to make it a paid thing, I would say probably at most it would be 10, maybe.
He said usually for a paid one, especially for story and stuff like that, he said around 10.
Yeah, so around like $10 would be the max price you'd be getting for it.
I'm kind of hoping for this one, since an additional thing to a world and story, if it is paid, I say $5.
Yeah. Because we know for a fact a lot of the other stuff they're doing would most likely be free. Well, except for some apparent reason with one of the Keyblades that you were originally supposed to get from pre-order, which I don't know why one of them.
I think it's mostly the Keyblade you get from the console you get, like.
Yeah, like it really depended on the order and everything. Like I got the additional Keyblade because I bought the PlayStation console. Yeah. Then if you get the deluxe, I think you got one. But then the other one is if you log into Union Cross and play the mini games to a certain extent.
No, actually, I found out a thing with that. The thing with that, it isn't technically an additional Keyblade. It's an early unlock.
Yeah,
it's an
early unlock.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I never unlocked it because I thought that game was a bit ridiculous, playing the minigames both in the system and on your mobile.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Keyblade you get is the Starlight Keyblade, and basically with the thing with the Union Cross collab, it's pretty much just an early unlock for you instead of having to wait until you get to the Keyblade graveyard to get it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Kingdom Hearts. Weiss?
I'll go with free to play. Free DLC for that one. Because of that instinct.
Okay. Alrighty. So that was Kingdom Hearts. Any other games?
The Final Fantasy. I think Final Fantasy VIII was doing a remake.
Oh, yeah. Not a remake. Not a remake. I will emphasize this mentally. Because I had to deal with a ton of other people who thought it was going to be a remake. I was so pissed.
It's not a remake. It's just HD. Yeah.
Okay, so it's an HD like a remaster?
Yes, they said it was a remaster. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Okay, because it sounded like they said remake, but...
No, it's a remaster. They basically, the footage they showed at the con is what is going to be used. All those footage that were from the game originally has just been, modified to work in HD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Overall, I'm excited for it because, I'll be honest, Final Fantasy VIII doesn't really get much love.
It doesn't. It's an underrated game, but at the same time, I will admit, it's not one of my favorites.
I hear it does.
I think it just got overshadowed by Final Fantasy VII.
No, not.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. Yeah.
No, it's not even just that. Like the game itself has story issues, and if it has a problem of it being a sequel in a sense, or like the next game after Final Fantasy VII, so it had if it had high expectations, maybe that was the issue back then. Currently now, since we're out of that Final Fantasy VII hype, until
next year,
kind of. Final Fantasy VIII I hear has some story issues. I feel I have a problem with the gameplay. Some of the gameplay aspects aren't too great either.
Like, even with the recent 15 one, story is very Shakespearean style, but what really sucks about it is how they had to drag the story on into DLC, which was a bit of a bother. Yeah, it even got cut off because of money reasons.
Yeah.
So that really sucks because the only way we can find out more about really the whole world of Final Fantasy 15 is if we now read the book that's coming out, which from what I know so far is only coming out in Japan.
Yeah.
Well,
so, unless said otherwise, I'm going to say I'm very disappointed.
I am too.
But I will say Final Fantasy X all the way. Final Fantasy X. But all right, so that was all the Final Fantasy. Anything else caught your interest? Anyone here?
I will say for me. I will say for me. While none of the games really caught much of my interest outside of the end game, pun intended, not intended, by the way.
The Avengers thing?
No. Octopath Traveler coming this on the Steam. Like,
yeah.
I freaking love Octopath Traveler, and I'm really happy that
it does well on PC.
Yeah,
I have a feeling it will do even better because like PC has a better engine.
Oh no!
And plus, you have the modding community.
Mm-hmm. Oh god!
Imagine
the ideas. Oh my god!
I know, right? They could probably add like. Could they possibly add like new quests and stuff?
That would be cool.
Like new quests, new characters, even.
They could really go to town with Octopath Traveler.
Here's a quick question though for you guys. Have you heard that about Octopath Travel, the Bumble game coming? There's a mobile game.
Yeah, I've heard about
it. I never heard about that.
Yeah, they haven't released much details other than the title, but it is coming.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I will hope though that the core gameplay is similar to that of the original, because the original gameplay is good.
No, yeah, I don't see why they would change it. It's just a straight up port from the Switch version onto the Steam, which.
No, I'm talking about the mobile game.
Oh, the mobile game. Yeah, you can for mobile, honestly.
You never know.
It's a simplified version of it, but it's still the same gameplay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But just to finish my thing real quick, I'm just happy that Octopath Traveler is spreading out itself onto. I would like it on PS4, but I'm at least glad it's on Steam because more people need to play Octopath Traveler.
I will admit, though, in my opinion, I see Octopath as really a handheld type of game.
It does feel like it.
I would get it. Maybe that's why it's on Switch first before anything else. But yeah. I'm just glad. I'm just glad PC people have access to this amazing game.
All right. Anybody else?
I feel like
do we need to go to the big boy in the here?
I'm saving for the big boy here. Because I'm happy and yet pissed about it.
I feel like the only I think we could.
Go ahead, Wise.
I'm at least gonna try War of Visions if it's gonna be available on my end.
Oh yeah.
Give that a try.
Oh wait, don't we also have that Secret of Mana?
Yeah, okay, no. So we're not talking about Secret of Mana. That's Nintendo.
Yeah, that's for the Nintendo part.
All right,
No. I would get you, Soul, because it is being done by Squeenix.
Yeah, but they really introduced it. Really, I think more in the Nintendo half than Square Enix.
Yeah. So we can splurge about Trials of Mana.
I think the only other thing we can talk about then is the Avengers game they're doing.
Can I start?
Hold on. We really need to go over what Weiss was going on, which was War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which I will admit actually does look pretty interesting.
It does look interesting.
3 houses.
5 houses.
3 houses, 5 houses, 6 houses, 9 houses,
72.
So many houses.
It's interesting, but we're only introduced into the world, really.
Yeah. Which we have yet to see a good amount of gameplay. The only thing I can say is it kind of feels like they're going for a gameplay a bit similar to Final Fantasy Tactics.
I think they might, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we definitely have to see more on it.
Yeah, I have been interested in the Brave Exvius mobile game before, so this does certainly speak my interest.
Yeah.
What else you got to say about it, Wise?
Nothing much, except go to Torrent.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Is it because of the waifus?
I wanted to go to the one.
No, it's because it's my
Oh, God.
It's a Zodiac.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Alright, now towards the end game.
My turn?
Yeah,
My turn?
go ahead.
Oh God.
What the fuck? Square Enix! You hyped this up so much! Where did you go with this? You went like totally 360 on me.
Yeah.
Like, I was so excited for this. Like, the fact that they announced that, yes, we are doing Avengers, I was like, Square Enix. Oh my God! Square Enix. And then they said, we're going to announce it at this E3. I was like, yes! We get to finally see a trailer and shit. They put on that damn trailer. We see their faces, and everyone was just like, what? What? I mean, I get it. It's Marvel. It's just a Marvel-verse type of game. This is an MCU. But it's just like, I think a lot of people are more sold on, like, really the MCU cast so much.
Yeah, we're more familiar with them.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You want to know what else is the problem with this? It's the models that they use for the game are not the word. I don't think the word is inspired, but they're very much like their MCU counterpart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like
the way they act and such, and even the way they walk.
No, not even the way they act. Like they look a lot similar to it. Like, I know they.
All right, should we? Yeah, that one tweet that you found.
Where it's like you idiots! You got their stuff double. Like that's literally what they are. Cause like I pointed to the Bruce Banner one because like he literally wore that same outfit in the first.
Can we just say, Todd, what the heck are you doing in there?
Where's my super suit?
Where's my super suit?
I had to laugh because during some of the live streams that were going on during the conference, they were saying that Samuel L. Jackson was there, and I was like, wait, what? Is he there for Avengers? No, he's advertising his movie. So,
okay.
But
Ryoko angry, but
I mean, I'm happy overall they at least showed something, but no gameplay.
There wasn't
no gameplay.
There wasn't any game.
So we really still kind of don't know what kind of game this is exactly.
If anything, we probably kind of saw it during the trailer, but without the HUD, you really
well,
couldn't tell.
we can't really tell exactly because sometimes footage like that can easily change, or it was just edited.
Not even to mention the fact that it might have just been a scripted event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have been a scripted event too, and that's really the downside with it. Like, if anything, the premise looks interesting, but we didn't get to see much.
Like, what I thought was funny was when they were like, hey, here's more. We were like, oh my god, we're finally getting gameplay. And they show that cutscene between Stark and Captain America. I was just like, are you kidding me?
You kind of cut off there for a second for me.
Oh
No.
But yeah, I get it. They're like, oh wait, we got more for you. Just a cutscene.
no. Are you kidding me? And that was like the last of it too. That was legit the last of the presentation after that. Like, it was just like, what a cliffhanger.
That is really kind of going out with, I would say, a whimper?
A little bit.
Yeah. Here's a question too, because they brought this game up during the presentation. Dying Light.
I could not care.
I really couldn't care less.
no, not really.
Like, it's a sequel, but I feel like at the same time it's the same. It's just the same stuff, but probably story progression.
Or probably some enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really could care less for Dying Light.
I never played the first Dying Light.
Yeah, I never played the first one either, too. So.
I did, thankfully, because a cousin of mine bought it, but it wasn't all that special.
Okay.
Alright.
Overall score?
8 out of 10.
7?
For me.
8, you know what?
7?
Alright.
7s to 8s, I would say.
Just so then to say that it was better than Ubisoft, I will definitely get it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 or 8 out of 10.
Like, I love it technically. Really, we're kind of going up the ladder here, technically, from what I've been noticing with our scores.
Oh, no, definitely.
Honestly, no, because, like, it's sort of a letter. Like, for us, for you and me, Rick, it's a letter because we did see the PC gaming show.
Yeah.
We said that was like a solid 7. These two have it, so they're going up 2 levels above us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw it myself, but I wasn't all that interested, except for that one game that Ryoko geeked out about.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why would you do that to me?
Alright, so...
So, are we moving to Big Daddy now?
Moving to the big
Okay, I guess we're pretty much saying right off the bat, best presentation.
Yes.
Nintendo. I'm saying Nintendo won E3 this year. Like,
I think a lot. I think pretty much everyone, even on Twitter, Discord, Instagram, everywhere, every social media, a lot of people have said Nintendo won E3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, there was so much good stuff that they showed off, not to mention the stuff they showed off for Smash, they showed off Animal Crossing,
We had the remake of Link's Awakening.
The remake of Link's Awakening, and they showed that.
The montage of games was actually pretty good too.
Oh yeah. They showed montage of games, which was really
Guys,
good.
Contra is getting a new game.
Okay. If I'm gonna bring in a low point for that presentation, Contra, and well, at least for me, because I don't know from what I've been seeing of reaction videos, people have actually been kind of okay with Dark Crystal because they say that the Netflix show is good.
I had to laugh actually because I don't think I told everybody, but today only there was a Netflix panel at E3, and
Really?
I watched that panel, and basically the only two things they talked about really was Stranger Things 3, the game coming, and then the Dark Crystal game. That was it. And I gotta tell you, the people in the audience, they were just clapping, slow clapping. That was it.
Makes sense.
So
That's hilarious.
But I like some of the other things too. There were really unexpected things during this presentation. There was definitely stuff that we were expecting, but got even more than what we expected.
Smash.
Especially Smash. Holy crap! We expected only one hero.
We expected.
We got 2. We got.
We
got 1 character. We got 2.
we were expecting at least. We knew we were expecting at least 1 character because of Sakurai's teasing.
Because when they first teased the first DLC, we were only getting Joker.
Yeah.
And that was just one character.
Yeah.
And now with the new one that they just announced, it was like, here's more.
Yeah.
But not only that, we even got release dates.
Release
windows.
Yes. One for the summer, just next month, and then another one for the fall. That is really close.
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes us start speculating, because we only got 2 spots left, though, for Smash Ultimate DLC.
Yeah.
Yes.
At this point, they can literally pick whatever they want, because Banjo was the biggest one that people are wanting for
Oh,
Smash.
yes, for
And
sure.
I don't blame you. I'm happy for Banjo.
Like, Banjo-Kazooie was literally, the biggest one out of every single character that we've already gotten. Because that people wanted, aside from Waluigi, but let's face it, he's not going to
Poor Waluigi.
Yeah.
Sorry, Waluigi, but it's
Lost and sadness.
But it's at this point, they can literally cherry pick whoever they want.
I'm still
Rasputin from
No.
Psychonauts.
Oh, jeez.
You know what?
I was about to say, when you say Destiny or some shit.
Okay, actually, you know what? There are.
I have to laugh about that because I remember I was watching one of the behind the scenes with the company of them making Psychonauts 2, and they were talking about the game coming to the Switch, and they were saying, hey, Nintendo, Psychonauts Amiibo? I was like, yes, please.
Crackers would buy that in an instant.
Me would. But yeah, I will say, this is just me being hopeful, even though it might not be a thing ever, but I'm still one of those people who wants Shantae in Smash.
Yes.
I would love Shantae.
Yes. There's so much potential for Smash.
And if anything, it still could be a possibility since a lot of fighters in Smash have Spirit versions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still say in my end, I want my Tails.
Oh yeah, I prefer.
Like, I want more of Bandai Namco in there.
No, yeah. I would love.
Yeah, Tails of representative.
I would love a Tails representative too. And honestly, real quick,
Banco, can you just copy off of the Dragon Quest Warrior, please?
like literally do exactly how they did for the hero. Like, just give us alt costumes as multiple Tales of characters.
I know, but then again, how would that work for some though?
I think that would be a stretch for Tails.
No. I like. As much as I would love that, there are certain characters that just wouldn't fit. Like I'm thinking of in this case only the single sword wielders. Like I'm thinking of like Yuri, Luke, the Tales of Destiny guy.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to see what we're gonna get. Weiss, do you have any predictions for Super Smash?
I want Shantae to be honest.
Wouldn't it be interesting, actually, if they went Arctic System, actually?
Arc system?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, if I had to choose a person I'd want from Arxis,
Soul bad guy.
that's you. I'm still up for my boy Ragnar.
I would like Ragnar. Ragnar would fit.
Like Soul or Soul bad guy, or we're not trying to play Soul himself.
Yeah, somehow I'm apparently a guilty gear. I'm a guilty gear now. What the fuck?
Soul bad guy or Ragnar the Blood Edge. I'll be happy with either of those.
I feel like those two would definitely make the biggest sense, since those two are Arxis' biggest characters.
Yeah, they're basically the poster boy for their respective series.
All right, I'm actually sorry I cut you off, Weiss. Anything else?
Real quick, I just want.
Wait, whoa! I asked Weiss.
I'm sorry.
Character. I'm gonna go with Viking.
Viking, wow,
Ooh.
that is a stretch.
I see that as a stretch a bit.
Yeah.
He wants to step on me, Queen.
No, that's not even step on me, Queen.
No.
That's what's the mat on me, Queen.
Let me just turn you into a weird creature.
No, let me just stomp on the ground and flip the mat so you get thrown into the ceiling.
Oh my god. All right, so that was Super Smash. We got big announcements from that. Was really pleased by that. Astral Chain. First off, let's just say that was surprising that the release date is very soon.
I know, right? August 30th, was it?
Yeah, around August. I think August 20th?
I think August 20th or 30th.
Around that time, I think. Around the end of August.
No, yeah, it's 30th, because I remember joking around saying that it was 19 days after my birthday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Maybe then.
and it honestly has an interesting premise to it. Like, interdimensional cops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if some of you guys did, but I watched the Treehouse do some gameplay.
Yeah, I saw that also. It looks interesting.
Yeah, I will agree.
Gameplay, so I'm definitely going to look at that later.
Okay, just so some of you know, for the ones that didn't watch, you can customize your character, which actually wasn't something that they showed us in the trailers.
That is good.
not only that, the other gender that's going to turn out to be your twin, I really liked it that they showed us because they made the character an African American type of skin. And so when that happened, even the female character, her skin color even changed to that. As well as her hairstyle changed to whatever, like, sort of interesting version that you changed yours to.
So it's like if you customize one, you customize another.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
That is really cool. I like that.
It makes sense, too.
That kind of reminds me of, like, sorry to bring up Bethesda, but kind of like how Fallout did its own little thing where it's like you could customize both the husband and the wife, and it would reflect on the baby.
Like, that reminded me a bit of Dragon Age 2 a bit as well. Because in Dragon Age 2, you had your siblings.
Wait, didn't that also happen in the Dragon Age? No, I'm thinking of Dragon Quest.
Yes, probably.
Because I remember in one of the Dragon Quest games, you can marry one of your party members.
Yes. That was a thing.
Which one?
Not only that, the gameplay itself, I like the way they make use of not only just the creature and yourself, but also the chain connecting you and your creature. Yeah. I think that looked really cool, especially the visuals of that being used for sort of like, by the looks of it, like sort of like ultimate attacks. Mm-hmm. So that looks like it's going to be fun for sure. And the fact that we can collect different creatures as well even makes things more fun.
Yeah,
Platinum is making their own Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm still trying to figure out the character designer and who is doing that. Because the style looks very familiar to me, and I think it's because I think I saw it a lot from the Trigger Studio because of Tiger and Bunny. I think I saw an art style very similar to that used for that series. So, I will have to find out more on that.
I see. Okay.
Just a Google brings up Hideki Kamiya for a name for a character designer.
Well, I'll look at the details on that at a later point.
Yes.
Anyway,
so what else have to talk about?
Honestly, real quick, like from the start, I've always kind of had faith with Platinum games. Like aside from, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, Platinum games does great in one element, and that's the hack and slash character action games that they do really well with. You know, like with like the likes of Bayonetta,
Automata,
Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
There was another game they actually didn't do well on, and that was the Legend of Korra game.
Oh, good. Let's not talk about that.
We don't bring that up.
The Legend of Korra and TMNT were ones that didn't do well. Other than that, though, I trust Platinum games to do really well with this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see this as a good RPG.
Yeah.
It looks like an action RPG or just a pure action game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Story may be bonkers, but
that's Platinum.
Yeah, it's Platinum.
They do crazy stories.
Yeah. But
those crazy people.
But it's always fun in the gameplay style. It's like playing. It's like playing Devil May Cry.
Yes. But in this game, we're not playing for style points.
No, we're not playing for
Thank
style.
God.
Playing mainly for story and stuff.
Yeah, we're fighting for our lives here. We are not Dante. We're not immortal.
Alrighty.
Hey, let's be real though. Before we move on, you know for a fact people are gonna just make stylish combo videos of Astral Chain.
Oh my god.
No doubt.
Yes, most definitely.
I honestly can't wait to see those when they come up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Alrighty, so that was Astral Chain.
I will say this Nintendo Direct actually got me interested in getting a Switch.
Oh yeah,
that's good to hear for sure. That's definitely a plus for Nintendo.
Yeah, let's see here. What is another game we can talk about?
Go ahead. Yeah, Ryuka, go ahead.
Collection of Mana?
Oh yeah.
Collection of Mana / Trials of Mana.
That does look fun.
Like, I played Secret of Mana when I was younger, and I love that game. And I got the remaster that they did. Very disappointed by it, sadly. Especially with how much they rushed that game.
Yeah, I hear the remake didn't do so well.
No, it's because of glitching issues.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, hopefully with Trials of Mana, maybe they'll fix it. And then, not only that, with the collection, which technically is now out, you can just play the games on your Switch.
Yeah.
Even though it is just a remaster, it's just fantastic that you can play all 3 on your Switch on the go.
Especially
whatever you want.
Especially that third one, because that was never localized here.
Yes. Exactly.
Hells.
I will say, though, a lot of people don't like the remaster artwork. I'm pretty okay with it.
I'm happy with it.
I mean, not remaster, remake.
I'm alright with it.
I like the new character designs.
Well, then again, you gotta remember, a lot of people are most likely talking with nostalgia goggles on.
I have a feeling yes. Like, they're not open to change. I don't know. If you're not open to change, that's you.
Well, for Trials, I think it's mostly just going to be the Japanese.
What?
Wait, didn't Trials of Mana just come out exclusively in Japan?
Yes.
That was...
I mean, the audio actually isn't in Japanese, though, for this remake.
Wait, wasn't there Japanese for Trials? I remember there being Japanese.
Okay. To go quickly into this, Trials of Mana, for the longest time, until literally yesterday, was Japanese exclusive, and it was only until now that they finally gave it to us via the the Secret of Mana collection. Which, again, thank you, Enix, for
doing this. Thank you.
Yeah. I am interested, though, in how the Japanese audience that has played the original will react to this.
Oh, that's what you're wondering.
Yeah, relates to the...
Yeah.
You never know.
Their thoughts on it.
You know, I some people might like it, some people might not. In my opinion, I trust Square Enix. With how well their company does with audio, I believe in them.
I just hope it doesn't end up like a repeat with the whole thing with Aerith's face and the Japanese community.
Oh, okay, no.
No, that's something completely different than what we're talking about.
That's something completely different, and it's just more about the fact that like these characters are styled more anime-like.
Yeah.
Well, Final Fantasy VII is going for a more
realistic look.
Realistic / modern.
I'm just hoping there's not going to be a lot of outcry on their end about this thing.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry too much about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's outrage culture. You should just ignore them.
Yeah.
Let them do what they want. They can scream as much as they want. It's not going to change.
I will say I did see a bit of the gameplay that they showed in the Nintendo tree. Both the regular and the Trials of Mana. It all looks really good. And even the English audio that I heard from the gameplay, it sounds solid.
That's good. That's nice.
So I'm bought. I'll buy it.
That's good. Okay, so next game we should bring up. How about Animal Crossing?
Wait. Do you mean Nintendo Tom Island?
Oh, God.
Let's not make that comparison, please.
No. Definitely no, because technically there is no genre. There is no drama.
There's no drama in that at all.
The whole point of Animal Crossing is to have a calm life. Stop it!
A calm life while being in debt.
Yes.
Calm life.
Yeah, the only drama you have is the only drama you have in Animal Crossing is being in debt, and it's all because of that damn raccoon.
I mean, either way, that technically is usual stuff that goes on in the real world anyway.
Even then, you don't really get penalized.
All right. Let's talk about the game.
Yeah. To start talking about Animal Crossing.
I'm not really much of an Animal Crossing player, but I do like the location change they decide to do for it.
I like it that the island is deserted. Like, you're starting off really somewhere new.
Yes. You're starting off somewhere new, and you're trying to build up this place to make it. That's I want to say the word I'm thinking of is habitable.
Habitable.
But at the same time, but it's called a resort for a reason. So you're building more of a reason for people to live on your island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like I like that, and it helps bring people. Plus the fact that the end of the trailer hinted at maybe multiplayer is
Well, here's the thing. On the 3DS, there was multiplayer.
Yeah.
But you had to be with your friend in person in order to play. I'm wondering that with this, like, can I possibly play with my friend when they're not with me and such,
like
and they're
a
online?
drop-in, drop-out kind of system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something to really think about.
And then I think the big thing overall, though, is that you can bring in a lot of people, actually, to your town.
A lot.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. The other, I don't know if you guys caught it, but what Tom Nook said about the rent, how it's, I think it's more than just the house now and the land you're owning. Apparently, I think there's an electric bill, as well as a phone bill.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. How is he charging us when we're the ones who found this deserted island?
I know, right?
It's like,
How much do you live?
Well, technically, he's giving us the resources to build up this place.
Okay, so in that case, it would definitely make sense.
That part makes sense.
Like, I find it interesting that Tom Nook is there, but I'm wondering if we're going to see, like, for example, your assistant from the last game in there, Isabel. Like, will she be there at some point? Or will some of the other characters? I would love to see more, but like we already know, this game is delayed until March 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am a bit upset by this, especially since in the past, Nintendo, when it comes to their Switch, is nowadays, they say one date, and then it turns into another date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not good with their dates, are they?
No, they are not.
I mean, well, the thing is that they always come on stage and always go, we know that this is delayed, but we want to make this game perfect for you. So please give us some time.
At least we're being honest.
So, I'm just hoping this game is as good as they say it is. The gameplay looked good, and I just can't wait.
Yeah. I feel like we have only 4 other games we can really talk about. So, next one. How about we switch gears to Fire Emblem?
Yee!
Yes. And yes, it's confirmed. We have a time skip.
It's a time skip, not a time travel. Some people are saying we time traveled. Turns out it's just a time skip, and it's only 5 years.
I'm honestly interested.
Will that make them in their early make the characters in their early 20s?
After the time skip, possibly.
I mean, we don't really know. Do we know their age and their data info on the website?
They haven't said anything.
You know what? I'll do a Google search while we're talking about this, though.
I'm honestly interested with what they're taking with this idea, because we had the previous games. We had Awakening, Fates, and how they do their things. Awakening had their idea of, after the whole thing with Gangrel, we'd take about, I don't know, a year time skip at most.
Like a year or two.
A year.
And we see kind of how things have somewhat developed for a little bit before getting thrown back into the war to deal with Walhart and then eventually Grima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Fates didn't really, they had their idea with the Deep Realms, but honestly, I feel like that was really dumb with what they did.
Yeah.
Deep Realms was so dumb with how they wanted it moving.
They were just like, here, your kids were here.
Like, literally, you pop in your kid for like a minute, they're already in their teens.
Yeah, I know. It's like, whoop, you go in the portal, whoop, you came out of the portal. What?
No, the best thing is, it's like once they have that kid, they chuck them into the portal. I swear, I want that comic of Azura just chucking a kid into the Deep Realms like a football to
Oh my God.
put on screen for just a second to show what we're talking about.
I will say, though, what's interesting with the way Three Houses approaches to it, because I don't know if you guys did. I saw the gameplay this morning.
Yeah, I didn't.
I will admit that, like, the one depressing thing about the presentation is that they really didn't show much of gameplay. They showed us that, yes, a part of the story is, yes, there's a time skip. That's great. But tell us, like, what exactly is going to happen after the time skip? Like, how will the gameplay go with that and other things like that?
What other features do you have?
They don't exactly go into that in the Treehouse gameplay presentation they did, but they did at least show the gameplay in more detail, which really made me think of Persona 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the way they did it is, like, you plan out each of your day and plan out, like, the lessons that you teach your students.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree with that, but I honestly kind of like this new approach.
I will agree with that.
Because with previous Fire Emblem games, it was mainly tactics on the battlefield. But we never really got anything tactics, like, at base or anything. Like, what do some people do? Do they train on free time?
Yeah.
They probably just talk about it, but we never really get to see anything major from it, aside from in certain support conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so a way to kind of...
Go ahead. Sorry.
A way to kind of, like, show this off in real time, like having your students spar to get stronger and lessons to work up their skills with stuff is an honestly cool improvement. And the way how you can just flex it out with how you want your students to be in combat is a really cool idea. It really shows a more tactful side of how you want to build your army.
Mm-hmm. Weiss, did you want to add anything on that? Weiss?
I think we lost Weiss.
Oh, dear.
Did we lose Weiss?
Oh, no.
I think we lost Weiss.
Oh, no.
I noticed his mic was glitchy for a while, but I think we lost him.
All right. We'll wait. As we wait for him to come back. So, in also the gameplay, like, the interesting thing, like you say, with the training and everything, that was actually it's a major part if you want to change classes for your character and everything else, which is really fun to do. And then not only that, I think basically the first half of the game, you're training your characters for the war that's going to take place 5 years later. And that aspect is really cool. And then 5 years later, you interact with the same people again. And then they said that even that's when the point where you start your romance relationships as well.
Yeah. Okay, good. But
So
I feel this is definitely going to add a bit more in terms of replay value, too.
Yes, definitely.
All the houses and all the different routes that could possibly happen through each house.
I will also include onto that with the houses, because like we know already, once you choose a house, you basically have the people from that house. While you are with the people from that house, you welcome back.
Okay, Weiss?
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Difficulty.
But not only are you with the people from that house, you can also recruit some of the other characters from the other houses.
Oh.
So
that is gonna make things
we don't have to
really
worry about just sticking to one.
Yep. It all depends on how you interact with the characters, really. So, like, if you really make one character happy from another house, that person will go like, hey, I want to transfer to these classes when you're teaching this house. I want to be transferred to your classes, and pretty much that means they'll be one of your comrades 5 years later.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to add a lot to do with Three Houses, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I will add, I want to see if maybe the side characters, will their appearance change 5 years later?
Well, they should.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, like an aged up. It would be really weird if, like, it 5 years, you send them off to war. 5 years later, they look the exact same. Why are you?
Hey, Weiss, do you remember from the gameplay there was the one character who was an introvert?
I think so.
Like she was just a girl that like kept hiding in her room, and whenever you would go to her room, she's like,
I'm sick.
I want to see if she would dramatically change, like the way that the Blue Eagles changed, the Blue Eagles head changed in the future. Like, it would be so cool to see some of the characters change very drastically.
Agreed.
Or never changes.
And I know this might be a slight off-topic thing, but knowing that how this game is looking and how popular it is, I'm curious what they would do for, like, say, if some of the characters got added to the mobile game Fire Emblem Heroes.
I can...
Probably
Like,
the artist of the game is probably going to do the sprites.
Yeah, that's not really what I'm going for, is would they go for the time when they're still in their school days, or would they go for the time skip?
Oh, knowing Fire Emblem? Both. Both.
Yeah, both.
You know they're gonna add both different.
I'm just thinking like
They add all kinds of versions of even just one character.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for the start though. Will they start with school or time skip?
So honestly, it's gonna be I think a coin flip on that matter. If anything, I think their school versions are gonna be presented first more than anything.
I have a feeling about that too.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
And I have a thing I want to talk about with Heroes, but that is definitely
That's a later time. Weiss, what else did you want to say about Three Houses?
I mean, it looks solid. If I had the Switch, I would. It's on my top priority, definitely.
Oh, definitely. I'm pre-ordering that when I get the chance.
I already have mine pre-ordered and ready to go.
I'll probably see if I can head down to, say, my local GameStop later, like maybe Friday or something, to get my pre-order down.
Right?
It's coming out the 26th. The 26th in July.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. I also will ask this one question. Which house would you guys choose?
Red House.
In general, I am going to go through all three routes because I'm curious.
Well, what's your first choice?
For starting, I might go with Edelgard, but that's just me. Or Edelgard, however you pronounce her name. Nah.
My question is, which house has the girl with the beret hat?
Edelgard. That's the red one.
Yeah.
That's my house.
I think.
Why? So which house would you pick?
I'm gonna go with the one with the waifu.
Oh my gosh, Everett.
We're all just jumping over to Edelgard.
What have I done?
It's like you just see all of us just kneeling before Edelgard after the time.
And I'll just be over on the side looking at you guys going like, why?
I have a girl with a beret hat. I have no choice.
I'm sorry. But hey, look at the bright side though. At least I'm going to be coming later down the line, Ryoko.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, of course.
I mean, I will be honest, me personally, I am conflicted between the two guy characters. I am going to try the house you guys are going to be playing, but she's not my first pick.
No, I'll be completely honest. Like, as much as I say, like, the girl with the beret hat, but considering the fact that you said that you can have other students from different houses like join your class, and then they'll join they'll join you 5 years later.
Yes.
If anything, I actually was thinking of starting with the I forget his name, but it's but it's yellow.
The deer. I think theirs is the deer.
Yeah, the golden deer.
Yeah,
the golden deers.
The golden deers. I was actually thinking of starting with that one. Actually, not because if it was a thing where it's like only certain characters are stuck in their one house, I would be Edelgard. But considering you said that fact, I want to start with golden deer because I'll be completely honest. That guy has me sold at being.
Like I'm conflicted between him as well as the Blue Eagles. Like I can't figure out which one I'm gonna choose. I'm probably gonna have to figure out at launch.
Yeah. Well, then again, there is always the possibility that opinions may change when it launches, like depending on how the prologue goes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, another additional thing I heard about Fire Emblem: fully voiced. Fully voiced.
Oh, sweet! They're keeping that.
Mm-hmm.
They're keeping that feature.
Yeah,
Nice. I love
Yay.
So that is going to be real interesting. And even the cutscenes for like the little tidbits, like a level up or something like that, or a companionship up, it looks really good.
I actually like the fact that they're going to be keeping that feature from Echoes.
Yeah.
I still need to finish Echoes.
Eh,
Like, I at least want to get through Echoes just for story. That's mainly my reasoning.
All right. Are we all good on Three Houses?
I think we're good.
I guess the only other thing I could possibly mention is possible DLC. But then again, we don't know if they're going to announce.
Okay. The number one thing that all Fire Emblem games recently do is bring cameos in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely anticipating cameos.
Yeah. If anything, will it be like Outrealm shit again, like the last ones, or?
I have a feeling.
probably.
We'll have
maybe
to wait and see.
Or I guess maybe the last thing to mention. Do you think they'll do anything with the amiibos they've released?
Oh, that's right.
No doubt, I would assume.
Yeah, like maybe you'll get a weapon from that amiibo, like
maybe a
Chrome
weapon.
Sword or something.
Yeah, like if anything, you scan the Robin amiibo, you get a.
I really wonder if you scan Tiki, what would you get by Tiki?
Oh yeah, I wonder that too now.
Here's a good question. How do you get dragons in the game?
Yeah, because from what we've seen so far, I don't think there's going to be a Manakite.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
No Manakites, no units. That would be interesting.
No, I think there will be a Manakite units, but that's probably be after the time.
Maybe
That would
Well,
probably
we'll have to see, but maybe the little girl that's like in your head and such, she might become a playable character later. Who knows?
Honestly, from what I'm
Oh,
also
you mean Sotis?
Sotis, yes.
Yeah, so
I'm also kind of thinking that there might be characters you can recruit after the time skip that are not part of a specific house, like free, not so much free units in a sense, but just
just neutral units.
neutral units that don't belong to any house that are just being.
I mean, I think that's really, I think the professors really. I think that's the professors from what we know so far.
Okay. But
we
some random villagers.
Yeah, we won't know even what we find after 5 years. We will have to see when the game comes out.
Okay.
So that was Fire Emblem, guys.
Let's see. How about Link's Awakening remake? Like,
Give me the Yoshi! Give me the Yoshi!
I feel like we can get through this one quickly, considering.
I mean, it's just a remake, and basically, as a remake, it's solid. It looks very good.
The only thing I feel like that would be necessary to talk about is the dungeon building feature.
Yeah, that's the one new thing. And they did discuss this in the Nintendo tree.
So it's pretty much build your own dungeon.
You build your own dungeon with a limit. Like, basically, you take a piece of what one room looks like, and you put it together to make a big dungeon, and then you're given a time limit. And then you have to complete that dungeon as much as possible, and then you can put that dungeon out for, like, other players to play and see if maybe they can beat your score. Depending on how short you complete the dungeon depends on how many rubies you get.
Okay, so I remember there being, you could get a bottle from one of those.
Yes.
Okay, so basically it's like EA's Dungeon Builder series, but actually good compared to the one.
Another feature, too, is that, like, there's an amiibo, which is just amiibo of the little Link character from the game. Mm-hmm. That amiibo, what its function is for the game is once you scan it, like a shadow version of Link, not like shadow like we know, Dark Link and such, but just a transparent version of Link who you have to try and beat through the dungeons. And if you do, you get even bonus rubies.
Ooh.
So, that's what I heard about it.
You know, I wonder if they'll keep some of the creepy shit that could happen during Link's Awakening. Like, you know the girl...
I mean, they did show if you steal from the store.
If you steal from what?
The store.
If you steal from the shop and come back, you'll just straight up be dead.
Yeah.
I know, but what about the other thing? It's like, I remember one thing that could happen with the game is if you say, like, abuse the chickens or something or whatever, the girl would see that and says, yeah, I keep bullying them or shit.
Oh, and the chickens, like a whole explode of chickens? That's just common in Legend of Zelda.
No.
It's kind of like the more you did bad things, it would affect her.
Yeah, like, I know who you're talking about. Like,
oh, okay.
I forgot the girl's name, but there's not so much consequences, but you can change the main girl's attitude in a sense if you do
bad things with her around.
Yeah,
it's like she turns into a psycho.
Oh God.
So, we'll have to wait and see.
I wonder if they'll keep that. I really wonder.
Well, we'll see.
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
On that note, though, do we want to save that for last?
No, there's one thing I want to definitely say for last. So the only other two things I could think of, I guess quick ones. No More Heroes 3.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to that.
I cannot wait. We only got a CG trailer, which is fine. They haven't even. Did they say 2020?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh,
I don't even think.
Or then again, I don't think they gave us a date.
I don't think they did.
No.
But I'm assuming 2020.
Yeah,
That would make no sense.
Yeah. It's set to hit Switch sometime in 2020.
I mean, my only thing is I would like to see more details on gameplay. I mean, they showed it on the screen, but more like because it's the Switch and you have Joy-Cons, how exactly does it work?
No, if anything, I feel like it would be kind of a mixed thing to where if you plug it in and you say you got to do wrestling moves where it's like the input, you just flick the control sticks in the same directions the arrows are pointing.
I know, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, if you have a Pro Controller or if you are playing handheld mode, how does that work compared to holding a Joy-Con?
Yeah, I feel like they would just switch the arrows to with just the control sticks.
But that's the arrows would be weird though, and that's going to take up some data. We'll have to wait and see. But it's kind of sad that we haven't got that explanation. But hopefully we get it soon.
Yeah, I think it's just more so they're just telling us that No More Heroes is now No More Heroes 3 is more so
coming.
Now in develop. Yeah, it's coming. It's in development right now. We don't have much to show you outside of the trailer that we gave you. So look forward to it sometime in the near future.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, I think a lot of us are excited for it.
Yes. I want to see my boy.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing I can think of, what was it called? Demon X Machine or whatever that mech game was?
Demon X Machina.
Opinions on that?
It looks like Xenoverse X Chronicle.
X what?
It looks like Xenoverse X Chronicle. Wait, not Xenoverse, not Xenoblade. I'm sorry, John. Hello, Dragon Ball.
Wait, Mech's going Super Saiyan now?
No, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Because that one had mechs in it and such, and this one is in that sort of retrospect. But not only that, it's more like an MMO type of gameplay.
I actually did try the demo of that game, and I will say overall it was solid. It was pretty fun. The only issue I had is when my mech got destroyed and I was on foot because I had no idea what I could do.
Okay. I mean, I think what's cool is that you can fly and get run on the ground if you want to with this.
Yeah. The problem is, though, it's like when your mech gets destroyed, it's like it's you on the ground. And I had no idea if you could just get another mech to come in or something. It's like I was stuck there. Nothing else I could do. I had to leave the mission to the end.
At least you don't usually play the pilot as in the actual pilot.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that you can play as a pilot and shoot and stuff.
Well then.
But the thing is, though, with like no other way to like get my mech back or anything, I was pretty much stuck on the ground and had to leave the rest of the mission to the NPC.
Oh, jeez.
Which took a while.
I'm sure they'll have something to
Well, the good news about that one is it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
It does look like a very interesting concept, and I'm looking kind of forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope there's like a way for you to like get another mech sent out so you can get back into the fight.
Right.
'Cause, oh man, the amount of time I had to wait just for the mission to get completed by the NPCs. That was really
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's. Anyone else got opinions?
I don't have much to comment on Daemon X Machina. I never played the
Demo?
and it looks interesting. I'm probably not gonna get it right away though.
Yeah, at least like check out reviews and stuff before picking it up.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyone else?
It's basically, for me, it looks like Macross and Genlock had a baby. With edginess.
I can see that.
I can see it.
All right. Any other games before we get to the big unexpected thing?
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else.
Let me see real quick.
Oh, Pokemon Sword and Shield. How can we forget that?
Honestly,
there's not really much though.
There really isn't much to talk about that wasn't already shown on the Pokemon Sword and Shield direct.
I mean, either way, we're very excited for it, for sure.
Yeah. The only thing we can really talk about is some of the stuff that people showed us they found in the booth.
Right. Which is the new 2 Pokemon, really, and the way they went through the... apparently there's a gym challenge before you go and battle the gym leader.
I swear, are you forced to wear a soccer uniform kind of thing?
We will have to see.
Because
from the footage, it looks like you are.
If anything, I wish there was a way to customize it.
Yeah. I'm sure there will be.
We will have to see for sure. I will laugh if actually you can replay with the gym leaders. That would be funny.
It would definitely be interesting about that.
I'm sorry, but I freaking love Impidim's name.
You just have to put it out there.
It's just Impidim. It's just so fun.
It's like infants.
Like the design itself isn't too great. Like I fucking love the corgi more than the
corgi
than Impidim. But I just love. I just love Impidim's name because it's just so fun to say.
If anything, I'm hoping it's got an evolution.
Yeah, same.
I'm sure it will.
Because I would like to see an evolution for that thing.
It'll look cool. Because like I'll be honest, it looks like Impidim really looks like the pre-evolution to the Imp in Persona 5.
Oh, you mean like Incubus or something?
No, Imp.
Just Imp.
Oh.
Like a pre-evolution of Imp.
Yeah, I'll show you which one later.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about, and I think that's great.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but
well, let's see.
Outside of Pokemon, I want to say personally for me, well, not so much personally because I've only played one game of the series, but I kind of am glad that they brought back Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oh yes, that's another interesting one.
It's a fun series.
Oh, by the way, I got one thing to say because I saw this joke earlier today. The boxing scene in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real way to play a fighting game.
I know. No, you know what's going to be funny about that? Just to watch Peach kicking the shit out of Bowser.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I would love that so hard.
Time to get out some pent-up aggression from all the times I've been capped.
No, imagine Amy. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I will force you to marry me, Sonic.
Oh god. It's like Sonic's just sitting there like, oh shit. Oh shit.
I gotta go get my. I'll be back on a sec.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to be dragging this on for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks really interesting. It adds on some new stuff, which is great. Not only that, the Olympics is taking in Tokyo this year. So I have a feeling they're going to try to make this one special.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, the last one really wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't.
Like, London was okay, but What's the last one again? I forget.
It was Rio.
It was
Yeah.
Rio,
Yeah, Rio really wasn't that great.
They didn't do a winter one after Rio, from what I know of.
No, they did not.
That's...
Or if anything, I think they might have, actually.
I don't remember it unless it was... I think it might have been just for the DS.
Wait, hang on. Let me Google this.
No, I think it was on the Wii.
No, anything past anything I think London and above was all we used.
Yeah, they were all Wii U.
That would make sense.
And there were two for the Wii and 2 for the Wii U.
Okay.
Let's see. Because we had 2016. I feel like there was... Oh, yeah, there was a Wii U Winter Olympics. It was Sochi 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one really wasn't that great.
I guess it's because of the Wii U that we don't really remember.
Yeah. Oh, great. Somebody already taking... I just go on Google, and what do I find? People already taking screenshots of Peach kicking the shit out of Bowser.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm happy about this.
Alright.
As we wait for Weiss to get back.
Yeah. Actually, you had something I just found out from a video that in regards to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, I just found a list of all the ambassadors for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and I like the list already because
Really?
like it definitely represents Japan. Like I know this is off topic, but we kind of have to go a little bit off topic because of Weiss.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
It's okay.
but it's still a little bit on topic considering it's involving the Olympics. But the ambassadors for the 2020 Olympics are Goku's son.
What?
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 Yeah, Goku is one of the ambassadors, along with.
Are you fucking with us?
I'm not. Like Goku, Naruto, Luffy, Sailor Moon, and Cure Miracle and Cure Magical from Pretty Cure.
Oh my god.
What?
And then in the
They're really going Japan iconic animes.
I know, right?
And even then, there's also there's also Astro Boy, Shin from Crayon Shin-chan, and Jibanyan from Yokai Watch.
Oh my god. Wait.
What
Do
about-
they have anything from Dragon Quest or anything, or even Square Enix related?
No.
Interesting.
Not
I'm
for
thinking
the
about
looks, not for the looks of what I see at the moment, but it's just you hear these iconic anime characters and like,
Oh my god.
You know, I feel like after people hear that, there's gonna be a lot of fan art or
Memes.
stuff. Yeah, just anime characters at the Olympics.
I mean, mind you, this was unveiled back in like 2017.
Yeah, that was revealed a while ago. I just didn't remember what the characters were. I do remember they revealed it though.
Yeah, but like it's just like Goku, Luffy, Naruto. It's like, oh jeez.
Alrighty, now that Weiss is here, let's talk about the big kahuna.
Yeah, the biggie, the one that
The biggest bomb drop for a lot of us.
Yeah, the one that ended the Nintendo E3 Direct.
Well, not just the Nintendo E3 Direct, in my opinion. The whole conference in general.
Yeah, the whole conference.
Yeah, that was the last conference.
I'll just sit here right now.
The biggest love. That is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's a bombshell.
That is a bombshell, and I'm happy about
From the looks of the trailer, it's gonna be a horror theme.
Let's not completely say that because they only showed us like a little tidbit of it. And the one thing they showed that was a thing is they showed the map of the area that you explored. What if that area is just the way it still is and you still explore that? That's like all happy, peaceful area there.
Yeah,
but then you probably have like these ruins or something.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that it's getting a sequel is
that's big.
it's really big, and the fact that it's like after playing the first game and after just dealing with Calamity Ganon, it's gonna be really interesting to go back into Hyrule and see how things have changed and how like maybe people are sort of starting to readjust.
I mean, I don't think it's just that too, but like I will admit, in the first Breath of the Wild game, you really didn't get much context into why there's Calamity Ganon. It's just there. It's just been there for years and years.
Yeah, Calamity Ganon has just been a thing like every 100,000 or so years.
And it would be nice if in this next bit, like, they find out the secrets and such. We even found out that originally Ganon was from, I forget the name of the tribe.
The Gerudos?
Well,
yeah.
Well, if you want me to spill some Zelda lore,
I mean, we know the Zelda lore, but we're just talking about Breath of the Wild lore.
Yeah, because
we're talking Breath of the Wild game.
As far as we're aware, this is, Breath of the Wild is already doing its own little thing.
Yeah.
It's just over there on its own section of the room, doing what it wants, while the other games are staring off.
What?
What?
What are you getting at?
What are you talking about?
Just think of Family Reunion, but with the Zelda games.
Okay. Like Breath of the Wild that is in its own corner, doing being as good.
Oh, cool and stuff.
Just being weird.
Or more like it's talking about its plans for the future and it's impressing the other ones or something.
Well, good old Grandpa NES is just in its rocking chair, relaxing.
You know what? Okay. I don't really care about that because either way, this is going to be a good game. I'm looking towards the future, really, not really towards the past. This game looks really good overall. At least what they showed from CGI. If it's like the way it is in the regular Breath of the Wild, that will be probably great. I would like to see what the new mechanics are going to be.
If anything, I feel like one thing that's really going to be making this interesting is the fact that we found the source of Calamity Ganon.
Well, we don't fully know that exactly. We don't really know fully much.
Yeah. All we can do is just theorize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice to
the only thing I hear is
just be another boss of choice.
Basically, from what you know, if you completed the game 100%, basically what happens in the epilogue is Zelda finds out that one of the oh my god, I forget what they're called. The gigantic creatures that do the giant. Yes. One of them is not working, and they need to go and figure out why. And when they go, basically what happened in the trailer is what happened at those ruins.
It is finding the source of it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what happened, and it's going to be interesting to see the way they go with it.
Yeah. It definitely seems like that was Ganondorf's body, without a doubt. Or possibly Ganondorf's body.
Possibly Ganondorf. I also maybe hear Demise being thrown around.
Like, I see, like, the way that it looked, the character looked more like a shaman sort of character, like the type of clothing a Shulk would wear.
Yeah.
So...
Like the shamans from the temples?
Well, not just... I mean, kind of the shamans from the temples, as well as, like, just Shulk tribal stuff in general. Yeah. So it's interesting to see where that's going.
Honestly, I think they can literally do whatever they want. They can either do like Ganondorf, they can either bring Demise and maybe have him do some more shit.
Look,
or they can just give it a new villain.
They could do a new villain.
Oh my god, the moon comes back. The moon.
Oh god, no.
Oh dear god.
No. We fight Demise on the moon, and it's over the top anime.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
No. What is this, Dragon Ball?
Okay, but...
No, it's Asura's Wrath.
No. One major thing I really want. I want the characters that you meet from each different tribe to become the new champions. So bad.
Yes.
We do need new champions.
I would love to see.
No, if anything, you know what they could do?
Mm-hmm.
What?
they could add some of the new characters to be like some new
wait.
integrated characters, and some of the old characters we met from the first game to step up as champions. Like,
remember the parrot?
Yeah, the parrot, for example, he could step up when I swear, what was the Zora girl?
Lisa?
Yeah, what was?
Her
Sidon?
No, her Sidon's gonna.
Brother?
Yeah, that was her younger brother, and he can. I want him to be a champion for sure.
Yeah, I feel like those two could definitely step up as champion, and we could probably run into maybe a couple who step up, or essentially like.
Honestly, if you played the game, the people that kind of, oh my god, what is going on right now? Hold on.
For the Gerudo champion.
Well, then again, now that I think about it, we did meet a good amount of the characters from the first game, and they.
No, but what I'm trying to get at with the parrot, actually, like the parrot was a good idea, as you said. But what I wanted to say is, remember he kept talking about his master.
Yeah.
What if we meet his master in this one?
Ooh.
That would be really cool.
I also do hope we... this is just me being a Majora's Mask fan, but I do hope we somehow get Majora or at least something connecting to Majora in this game, because...
I mean, we have the mask, why not?
Think about it now. There is another thing we could possibly, if this is going to be say if it's not Ganondorf, just a new villain.
I kind of want to see at least a humanized version of Ganon, though, because he's such an iconic character. Or at least we see some form of him in the past.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. The thought I'm having here is if this is going to be a new if this is going to be a new villain, what if what we see in the trailer is something happening similar to the cause of Calamity Ganon?
I doubt.
It goes into more detail though because of this. We get to learn about how a calamity thing could be made.
Well, that's what I was getting at when we started this conversation of the theories about this. I want to learn more about the lore about how Calamity Ganon came to be, because this has been going on for years and years and years, and Zelda and Link now want to fix it. They say something's wrong with this cycle. This needs to be fixed, and yet no one really knows much about how exactly this started.
Yeah.
So
what if this is a new villain going under the effects of becoming a calamity thing,
this new villain is becoming like Calamity Ganon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throughout the game, we start figuring out how the calamity transformation kind of thing starts.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
I mean, either way, this game is in development. It was really nice of them to let us know that it is a thing.
However, I doubt we probably won't be seeing this until at the very least 2021.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, 2021 or maybe late 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Holiday season. 20.
Yeah.
All right. So, how would you rate Nintendo?
9.
9 or 10.
9 out of 10. Because I will say, as much as I love Nintendo's presentation, I still think. Did I remember this?
Animal Crossing?
Not so much Animal Crossing, but Contra and the Netflix thing kind of bumps it down a little bit for me.
True.
Not to mention, I won't say that I don't. I won't say that I expect this certain game or this certain game to show up. Like Metroid Prime 4, I never expected to hear anything about, but
yeah. Hopefully next year.
I would have liked maybe a brief snippet of Bloodstain, considering that comes out literally next week. So, not so much. I mean, in the scissor reel to show games that are coming out.
Okay, that I will accept.
Yeah, just in the scissor reel to show that this game's coming out literally next week. Because they did the same thing with Mario, Super Mario Maker 2, because that started coming on
Yeah, 2
next
weeks.
month or 2 weeks or so. I would have liked to see Bloodstained in there. I would have liked maybe something in regards to Metroid Prime Collection, because I know that's been teased around or rumored around. But at the same time, though, beggars can't be choosers. And from what we got from the presentation, I think a 9 out of 10 is fine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a very close 10 for me, though. But there were some things that kind of bogged it down a little bit. But.
Weiss and
I
Voice
could agree.
Cracker?
9.
Weiss?
9.
9?
Okay, overall 9, I guess.
I say 9.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
very
would definitely
close 10.
agree, like 9.5.
Yeah, it's a very close 10.
Yeah,
But I think 9 seems perfect.
I would also like Bloodstained news and possibly. No, I'm probably gonna.
I just think having it be put in the scissor reel.
Yeah, just the sizzle reel would have been fine. Like, even Mario Maker, in the presentation, they didn't even really show it overly too much.
No,
and that's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so just anything that's coming out literally like a week or two, aside from just the presentation of Cadence of Hyrule, which that looks interesting, by the way.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Just anything that's real soon, just have it put in the scissor reel that we already knew of.
You know what? I think that should be a thing for all the presentations, actually. If they have something coming soon, or a whole bunch of games, or at least just Microsoft and Nintendo in general.
Yeah. Other than that, though, yeah.
Okay, so
close.
Alright, so overall from E3, favorite video game reveal that you're excited about?
all right, we still have these other things. How long have we been going on?
We still had
Psychonauts 2.
Okay.
This is a tough one for me.
Alright, I will give you at least 3.
Okay, Phantasy Star definitely for one. I would say the next one would be Final Fantasy Remake. And the last one, I would definitely have to go with Breath of the Wild 2, or whatever they're going to call it.
Okay.
I think for me, it was just favorite reveals, right? What was the question?
Favorite reveals.
Okay. Then, Breath of the Wild 2, Trials of Mana, the remake, and I'm gonna cheat and say Final Fantasy 7.
Okay. Wife?
Actually, no, wait. I changed that to Tales of Arise for the last one.
Oh yeah, because someone's got to mention it. I definitely would have put that on my list.
Alright. Tales of Arise, Final Fantasy, and Ghostwire.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
that's a close one.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Crackers. Wait,
Crackers on mute.
Yeah, Crackers went on mute for a minute. Plus, he already said Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
For me, I have 3 houses up there. Funny enough.
That's fun.
I'm trying to think of really, for me personally, I would be most excited about games coming soon.
Yeah.
So there's that. But now that I think about it, not really any of the games coming soon other than that one I'm really excited about. I fucked that up. I'll put Final Fantasy VII just because, I mean, I'll play it and such, but to me, I look at Final Fantasy VII and I'm like, it makes me think of Final Fantasy 15. It's still Final Fantasy VII where all the story kind of isn't fleshed out and blah, blah, blah. There's still issues we have, and they kind of really didn't explain like anything new that there's going to be brought to the table other than the HD expansion of the gameplay. Like, I would like to see some new features and such added to this game and such.
I feel like they might add features.
They might. They have to.
I heard some people were talking about like it's kind of like new splashes Cloud had with talking to him.
I mean, the other thing too, I will say, is like we still don't fully understand exploration exactly is going to be like.
Yeah.
Which is another thing they will.
We're still 9 months away, so we'll.
Yeah, 9 months.
And then I'm sorry. I gotta give it to Chris Tales.
That's fun.
I gotta give it to Chris Tales because I'm excited.
that's
I
fine.
would
Go
put
for it.
Tales
We
of
got-
Arise up there, but I can't because I don't know the gameplay. All we know is the setting.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's good because it does give us some more variety with this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Game that was unexpected.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. Panzer Dragoon, because at least for me personally, I've never played Panzer Dragoon myself, so this might be a really bit of an oddball thing to say. But I have the last Panzer Dragoon that was remade was like for the Xbox, and we have not heard anything about that series in a long ass time.
Oh, definitely. Makes sense.
Even then, that was like a remake. I think, or not so much a remake, but just an HD remaster of the old Sega Saturn games. But now we're just getting a full-blown HD remake of the first game. And it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I would say Panzer the Dragoon also, but someone who actually played the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
For me, I would definitely say No More Heroes.
Yeah.
That one was a
Because-
surprise.
That was
That was a
really out of
surprise.
left field, especially considering they really kept it under wraps.
Weiss?
It's like no one expected it.
No More Heroes 3.
Okay.
Out of nowhere.
And I'm gonna be the random one out. I'm gonna say Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, that's a definite choice. But since I put Zelda on,
I mean, you can re-choose games again if you want to. I'm just choosing that one because, in my opinion, I think, like, when we were reacting to that stream,
we thought
as
it was
well
just gonna be an
as
expansion.
other things, we went ballistic when we heard that news.
did.
I'll be honest, I threw out Panzer Dragoon, but to me, there were technically three. Like Panzer Dragoon, Legend of Zelda, and Trials of Mana.
Yeah.
Were honestly
Yeah.
the top on it.
Also,
Yeah.
Ryoko, I think everyone, when they first saw that, was thinking, oh, another Breath of the Wild expansion. Nope, it's a new game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, best gameplay that was showed.
I would probably go for Final Fantasy VII because I'm liking what they're doing with it.
I am going with
They
you
went
on
into
that one.
Detail of the new mechanics.
Yeah, I would have to go with 7 also.
I think I would also have to put Watch Dogs Legion
I was gonna
shortly
say,
Oh,
behind.
yeah, Watch Dogs is another good one.
This is like I wanted to follow the crib, but I wanted to be the different one. I wanted to be the other one. I'd say Ghost Watch Dogs, but yeah, but both of them like showed off very good games.
Weiss?
Are the things that they showed in Treehouse allowed?
I would say that, yes.
Okay, I'll go with Fire Emblem.
Okay. I will agree with that one. What they showed there was actually really good. And the fact that, like, we barely got any gameplay beforehand, this was just perfect and what we needed.
Yeah, I'll check out that gameplay later, definitely.
Yeah.
Same.
Definitely, please do.
I'm really curious about the new weapons, too. So.
Yeah. So, best trailer.
Best
Ghostwatch.
trailer.
No, not Ghostwatch. What was
Ghostwire?
that?
Ghostwire?
Yeah, Ghostwire. Because it got me it just hooked me into the world.
I can agree with that.
Yes. For me, this is gonna be really weird because I know we didn't talk much about it, but I think for me, my favorite trailer was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Okay.
Of course.
Because that did look pretty beautiful, I'm not going to lie.
Like the trailer itself looked awesome.
True.
Can I be the odd one out here?
Sure.
I'm gonna say Halo.
Oh.
Halo looked really cool. Especially since that all ran on the engine.
Yeah,
I know, right? I was
the game
actually
option.
going to put that on my list, too.
Halo was also pretty good.
Weiss?
Oh yeah, I would.
Let's see. I'll go with Ghostwire too. Why not?
Okay. Alright.
I think I might agree with the Halo thing.
Yeah, the Halo is really good.
It is really good.
Okay. What do you think the next year's conference is going to be like? Like, Sony did not come to this year. Will Sony come back? Will Sony just stay out? Will other people drop out? And like just in general, E3, a lot of people are saying E3 is going downhill.
I'm honestly really hoping Sony, because they have always been rather a big thing for Sony.
Will
E3
come back, and
Voice cracker, we lost you.
Yeah. Well,
Crackers.
real quick. Okay, Crackers, start from the top because I know you and Saul were talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Start from the top.
I think Sony will come back.
Yeah, I agree. Because Sony was one of the bigger contenders that was always at E3 along with Microsoft and Nintendo.
And personally, I think they dropped out this year so that they can prepare their conference for next year.
Well, no, did they say next year? Because I think they said it was like the end of this year.
No, I don't think they just said. I don't think they really specified on the.
They didn't specify exactly, but I could have sworn because we didn't have one last year, so I think they were working towards this year.
Yeah,
but since they haven't shown up this year,
maybe it's a thing where it's like they might be a bit.
Just so you know, the Sony conferences take part in the fall. So
yeah.
I mean, the problem is that like technically if it was taking part in the fall, the tickets would have been out probably by now. So maybe next year then, probably.
Hopefully next year. I hope Sony comes back.
Maybe they're I don't want to say collecting their thoughts, but maybe they're like they want to be a bit more prepared.
Either that or they'll pop a state of play out of nowhere.
Maybe. Because, like, as much as I love Sony, like, last E3, they had barely much to present.
Yeah, it was all mostly The Last of Us, really, last year.
Almost The Last of Us. They showed us off that one samurai game.
Yeah, basically the rest of the games we already knew about were coming, other than Last of Us. So
that is another issue.
Yeah, so that maybe they dropped out of this year because they didn't have
anything interesting.
They didn't have anything interesting or new to show off. So
or maybe it could be they did to do something, but with how things were going, they couldn't get it ready in time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you see E3 possibly going digital, completely digital?
Maybe, but then again, I feel
in the future.
In the future, because really, to be quite honest, these conferences are becoming, in a matter of speaking, like people are questioning, more on stream, and then not only that, people are questioning on whether or not to go to the actual conference to play games on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, what would be cool is if they do the live streams and then they say, hey, the demo's available on your system.
Yeah.
That actually would be a really nice thing. If they started going a little bit more digital and spreading out these playable demos onto.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just like every console and PC and stuff, because it would not only provide more. I want to say input, but it certainly would help show which games have more interest. Aside from the fact, that already they generally get that from the conference itself, from on the floor, but you can't honestly tell when it comes to people in person. But with numbers shown online and in their own systems, it would make a lot more sense to see.
True. I can agree. I can definitely agree to that, but the only issue I could mainly see from that is when it comes to, say, on the floor demo, you could probably mention some things to the people there.
Oh, no doubt.
And that could probably get.
Drink. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, when it comes to an on the floor gameplay demo, if you find anything like odd or kind of finicky with the game, you could probably tell them about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully that could get fixed.
All right.
We gotta wait for Weiss to come back though before we go on to the next one. So. Plus, I think the last thing I can mention that would be kind of a downside is what they do with the booths are really, like, even though it's not the best game, I guess the best example I can give is what they did with Star Fox Zero's booth.
I mean, have you? I don't know if you saw it, but this year's Nintendo booth looks really cool.
Yeah. But the reason I bring up Star Fox Zero is because of what they did for their game floor, because they actually had little R-Wings with the games plugged in.
I mean, the question was back then, how many systems did they have out on the floor?
I think they had about 5.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Although, granted, I really like the artistic design they actually went for this.
I mean, it's a great design, but, I mean, you also got to think, like, accessibility-wise, too, when it comes to doing the floor. With this year around, the way that Nintendo has their TV set up, that's just great, because all you have to do is once a person leaves, let another person into the section and let them go to the TV and play. That's really how it should go, especially now how lines can be nowadays when it comes to demos at conferences, because lines can get insane. So that's great. The other thing, too, about this year, at least from what I saw from the Nintendo floor, Luigi's themed, I did not expect it. Luigi's Mansion. But the little tidbits they add for sound effects, as well as little fun little tidbits that you hear and see or feel in that booth, is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, definitely.
As well as the Pokemon part, that one looks great. Having things fully big screen, that looked great. So, overall, I mean, for booths, I will agree with that. Like, making up those booths can be a waste of money.
Yeah.
And then going all digital will save the company money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they would just really have to make a sort of direct of sort to this presenter. I
mean, the funny thing is, too, I would find it cool if they just film in an empty presentation room.
Yeah, like in their own in-office presentation room.
And they just show it off through there, which would be great.
Yeah. Alright, Weiss is back. Hi, Weiss.
Alright, so after hearing Xbox's announcement with their new system software, which is coming out in 2020 winter. Oh my god, it feels so weird saying 2020. How would you see the other companies competing with this?
Well, I can see Sony possibly releasing releasing information for the PS5
or whatever they're going to call it.
Whatever.
I mean, I forget what they're calling it right now for Xbox.
They're calling it.
Scarlet.
Scarlet, yeah.
Scarlet. I think. I don't think there's any way Sony can stay silent about this.
No.
There's literally no way they can start silent about this.
I mean, Nintendo has, I think, really nothing to worry about because they have the Switch right now.
No.
Yeah, they have.
Because technically, really, for a next gen, really, in a manner of speaking, Nintendo was first.
Yeah. If anything, I would say the one thing that gives a slight edge is the portability of the Switch.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does the Switch maybe crossplay with the new Xbox, possibly?
Yeah, that is another thing.
That would be an interesting thing that they think about.
Oh, yeah. Crossplay plan.
But I do like the fact of how Scarlet is, and will make it a bit easier for people to make new games.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Make it more easy for people to make indie games on their systems.
Exactly. And you never know with what people can make. Like, there's one game I'm so excited about. It's I forget what it was called, but it was this thing one guy made that was kind of based off of, like, Devil May Cry gameplay and Bayonetta and stuff.
I know what game you're talking about.
What was it called again?
I don't remember what it was called, but I know which game you're talking about. So, we'll talk about these guys later.
Yeah, I feel like someone in the comments mentioned it
maybe
when this eventually comes up.
All right.
But,
But that game looks good. I hope we get more info on that thing. So.
Yeah, but any other thoughts on the
subject?
Yeah.
Not much. I mean, it's definitely going to be a good step up for new development, and I honestly really like it.
All right. So with these new systems even coming soon in the near future, what games do you think, like, for example, like Microsoft showed, or Bethesda, or Ubisoft, or Square Enix, which games do you think are going to be put onto the new system?
Halo.
Yeah, Halo.
Well, Halo. Okay, hold on. Halo was obvious because they said it.
Halo was a given.
But like we're thinking about you got to think outside the box here. Like for example, the fact that Cyberpunk is coming out March 2020. Will that game even get a different version for the new system?
Yeah.
They could. Like, go ahead.
I think it's really hard because most of the games they announced were early 2020, and we're not going to be getting the new Xbox Scarlet or the Project Scarlet or more info about that or what it's truly named of until holiday 2020.
Right.
I don't. Aside from the ones mentioned that were going to be for next gen only, like the new Elder Scrolls or the new IP that Bethesda wants to present or Halo. There's not much off the top of my head that I remember for Microsoft or that's releasing very, very late 2020.
Like, I would definitely see possibly Cyberpunk. I would also maybe even see possibly Ghostwire.
Ghostwire. Yeah, Ghostwire is one. I would also maybe even see Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Also being
I forget. I believe I remember this was a rumor one. How it is now, I don't know, but maybe Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I mean, yeah, when it comes to PS5, especially with like how soon we're probably going to get PS5 and this game is coming out.
Yeah.
Like people are going to want to finish Final Fantasy VII before they get their new system.
Yes.
Yeah. But if anything, I just remember a long time ago, Remake was first going to come out on PS4, Xbox.
No, they didn't. They didn't say Xbox at all.
It was just a rumor I heard a long time ago.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't a thing, especially since when they announced it, it was in the Sony conference. In just the Sony conference.
I mean, then again, you never know with the future.
Yeah, we will have to see. Especially since a lot lately at Square Enix, they're like, hey, you can now play all the Final Fantasy games in all these other systems. Ah!
Oh boy.
What is Kingdom Hearts collection coming in Xbox?
Oh god.
I'd like to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on my Xbox.
I want to play it on my Switch.
Oh, I would.
You want to know the funniest thing
I want
ever?
to play it
Now
on
that I
my
think about it?
toaster.
You know, the funniest thing, now that I bring it up, is it hilarious that Kingdom Hearts 3 actually runs the best on the original?
Don't worry about it.
We're not getting into that.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not getting into that.
Yeah, I'm just...
I'm gonna mention a game here. It wasn't at E3, and they even said it wasn't gonna be at E3, but I'm gonna put it out there. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Especially with what they have shown from their demo and all the stuff you can do in it, I think it's going to be used in the new engine for sure.
Definitely.
I would have put it past them.
So that one is definitely one we're definitely going to have to wait for. And I said definitely a lot. All right. Anybody else?
Or something.
I can't really think of anything else at the moment.
All right.
You know what? At this point, I'm gonna jokingly say this: Last of Us 2.
I think that one might be a given. I think that one probably is going to be a given. That one's probably going to come out at launch because the last one came out at launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I jokingly say this, but like that game has been presented to us for like the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when is this game coming out?
Yeah.
You already released God of
Oh boy, I can't wait to play Persona 5 Royale on my Switch.
Oh my fucking
Oh
god.
god.
Don't
They're coming from left field.
Yeah. A little bit.
Alright.
but
Which games from the conference is a must buy for you?
Ghostwire, Psychonauts 2. That's really it for me.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say right there? You kind of cut out.
You said Ghostwire and Psychonauts 2.
No, no, not Crackers.
Yeah, Weiss.
Real
Why is it? Me?
Yeah, the question kind of cut out.
Which game is a must buy for you? Weiss Crackers did it, and Weiss?
Let's see. The only ones I can get right now are Ghostwire, Tales of Arise, and that's pretty much it. And Final Fantasy VII. I will get the Switch when I have money.
Okay.
It's on Steam! Just get it on Steam!
Yeah, get it on Steam, boys. Your computer should be able to run it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can run Overwatch on your computer. You can most likely you run Octopath.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I can
Oh
also...
yeah, I'll stop that too.
Go ahead, Voice Cracker.
But in all seriousness, I can actually see something like feature Resident Evil or even Psychonauts 2. If it does get a PS port, it will possibly get ported to the PS5 and the newer Xbox system.
Okay. Omega and Soul?
I think a must buy for me is I still need to get my pre-orders in, but Fire Emblem 3 Houses is one. Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And Trials of Mana and Chris Tales are the ones that also are online.
You forgot one more.
I know, but that wasn't part of the presentations. I'm thinking of one for the presentations.
But it
I know, but if I go off a presentation, you already know what it is.
I'm mentioning it in mine, so either way.
Okay, then you know what? Then I'll mention it in mine. Code Vein.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see here. For me, 3 Houses without a doubt. Same thing applies to Remake, Fantasy 7 Remake. I will say Rewind if paid, because I am very curious about how they're going to do that.
Yes.
I know, even though it's, from what we heard, it's most likely going to be free. Fantasy
Star Online 2.
Yeah, because they did say that was free, right?
Yeah, that's free.
Mhm.
It's free.
Then yeah,
It's
that's
free.
That's technically a given, even though it's free.
Yeah.
Do you wish if you make an account originally, you can just carry it over to the newest one?
Well,
Yeah.
Yep, that they'll have to explain at a future point.
Yeah, we'll talk at a different time about that one.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Definitely going to have to say
One more time.
since
Say that again?
even though we saw that, definitely Pokemon Sword and Shield, because even though there was a different direct for it, they did mention it.
Yeah, they had it there and it was playable.
I'm still waiting on more exclusive Pokemon to definitively get which version, but that is also a must buy.
Let me see here. What else can I think of? Remember, is one that I...
Code Vein.
We're just gonna.
I mean, obviously Code Vein, but that
Still, we sang it.
you know, we're definitely gonna play through that together. But let me see here. You know, like I might have touched on everything. Oh wait. Whenever the fuck we get release date, Breath of the Wild 2, that's a definite.
Well, I think must buy like something from this year or possibly early next year. That one is something that's still in development, and it's probably going to be on a lot of our lists.
Yeah, that's why I say when it gets a release date.
Technically, I already pre-ordered most of my stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely Fire Emblem Houses, for sure, is on my list. Strangely enough, I even pre-ordered Neo Kuni 2. I mean, not 2. 1. 1 for the Switch.
Oh, right, the remaster one.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot that's going to be a thing.
So I'm going to be definitely playing that. That's probably going to make me cry because I remember playing that on my PS3.
We'll be with you for that.
And actually, I have to laugh because that game is one of the reasons why I still keep my PS3 around. Definitely Code Vein. Definitely Code Vein is on my list.
Even though it wasn't on the show.
Yeah. Well, it's shown on the floor. I'll give them that. Not only that, Nemco has their streams going on at E3, and they've been showing it off. And here's a game here that we completely forgot to talk about, and it was in the Microsoft stream.
What was it?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh God! Right.
Right.
Everything we touched on it briefly, but that was about.
We didn't.
Like we touched up upon it, and as in a way, like that was the only good thing from the EA stream. That was it. But that one looks interesting. Would love to see more of it in the future, in general.
Oh wait a minute.
Of course, Tales of Arise. I'm gonna be getting, and Dragon Ball.
You know what is a thing that I feel like a few of us could possibly mention since it was technically shown off?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Admittedly, I'm a little bit apprehensive towards Borderlands 3. It's not a must-buy.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll later buy that.
Oh, and I almost forgot one more. Mm-hmm. How can I forget? Chris Tales. Gotta put that on my list.
You gotta put that on.
I feel like I have such a big list here. I'm so screwed.
Yeah, clearly.
Ryoko's thinking Chris Tales if it kills him.
Go ahead, Wise.
The crystals art style reminds me of Indivisible, the one that's
honestly, the art style that I get from it reminds me of the Tangled show.
I agree with that. What games or companies do you think you want to see next year?
See? And what? Sorry, you're cutting off for me again.
What games or companies do you... Well, companies I think we already talked about. What games do you want to see next year?
Metro Prime 4.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a definite one. Considering we're giving them a full year to make that game again.
Tell your reason for me.
That's coming out like sometime next year. I'm saying early next year.
Excuse me.
The question is it going to be worldwide? That's the question.
World premiere. I assume we'll probably see Cyberpunk again.
Well, no, Cyberpunk is coming out March or next year.
This year.
Is it?
Early next year, not this year. Early next year, and then E3.
Okay, I must have really voted.
You know what? Let's turn that into Beyond Good and Evil 2.
You know what? That's honestly a given. Because we mentioned it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of other games, but
Okay, you want to know what I want?
What?
Definitely No More Heroes 3.
Definitely more info on that. Yeah, we're gonna get more on that, and I think definitely we can agree on Breath of the Wild too, especially since they gave us such a funny announcement hint about it this year.
Exactly.
So they better tell us more next year. Yeah. Anything from Square Enix's end?
I would probably say
Final Fantasy VII Part 2.
They will do it during the E3, probably.
Yeah.
We're getting Part 1 on March 3rd. They're gonna have to give us information on Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I guess for me, if they are going this route with Kingdom Hearts 3, a bit more info, if they're gonna be adding...
You know what, on that front, since we're talking about Square Enix, add the Avengers game to that as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're gonna
please.
have to.
Yes.
They're gonna have to.
They need to make up for it. They really.
They're gonna have to show some demos and everything next year.
And you know what? Let's also add Halo to the list as well.
Oh,
Well, yeah, Halo's probably by then there's gonna be a demo.
Yeah,
There's got to be a demo.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, they're probably at that time also show off what the Scarlet can really do.
The other thing too, yeah, Dragon Ball's coming out early March.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything on my end.
No, I think we pretty much hit most of the beats.
I mean, the other thing too is if Sony does come back, they have so many chances they can do with like even Last of Us or whatever.
No, they need the release date.
Or
Give us a release date.
do we have a release date for Death Stranding?
No,
Death Stranding. This year. It's this year.
Yeah,
It is this year? Okay, yeah.
Death Stranding.
Then we don't have to worry about that.
Wait, what about? I just remember this. What about the Deathloop?
Oh, Deathloop.
Oh yeah.
I would like more info.
Oh, and let's not forget Ghostwire, because that one
And
technically
Ghostwire.
doesn't have a release date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we need our little meme to return.
Yes, she
Yes.
needs to return.
We
For
want it to come
sure.
back.
We need the Queen of Bethesda to come out.
Mm-hmm. And Nintendo, I don't think will have much other than Metroid and possibly. I mean, I will laugh about this if they show Bayonetta 3.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know what? That's actually a given. That's actually also a given because
That is a definite.
considering that they're done with our Astral Chain,
Yeah.
so they can finally get to work on Bayonetta 3. Yeah, Bayonetta 3, hopefully, because I really want to hear more information about that because they teased that like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hear anything since then.
Yeah, because then we got Astral Chain out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I have a feeling mad at it because of the fact of Bayonetta at the time, but then got over.
Mm.
There better be a Bayonetta skin in Astral Chain. I'm gonna say that.
I'm sure there will.
I'm actually gonna laugh about this, but around the time that Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, why can I imagine E3 dressing up their floor like Breath of the Wild again?
No, please don't.
Oh, wait, you know what they could do?
What?
If they still have some of the old stuff from their Breath of the Wild show,
That's like 2 years ago, though.
no, I'm saying if they still have it, what if they bring that back but make it more chaotic?
Yeah, I know. Like,
Oh,
that would be
no.
interesting. Like, just make it, like, remember the Red Moon that comes out and such?
Remember?
Like, just have that, the Red Moon in Breath of the Wild when the enemies respawn. Like, just have that moon out for the whole con, that sort of feel.
That'll be our new Majora's Mask moon.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Alright. This was a very good talk. Very good podcast.
How long are we going on for?
Hold on, real quick. Just so everyone had a chance to speak. Anything from your own, Weiss? Because I don't think we heard much.
Oh, I'm sorry, Weiss.
I'm good.
You sure?
You sure?
I'm good.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Very good podcast overall. Glad to have you guys here.
How long were we talking for?
Pretty good while. I will give you the
3
detail. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, this is Ryoko here, as well as
Soul, who is currently not sure what to do. Most like staying up fucking night.
okay. All right.
I am still Kermit the Frog here.
You.
This is Omegle, and I am still grinding an FGO.
I think we all are.
They want more. They want more information on Code Vein.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, you know what? I changed it.
You know what? Yeah, that's him and me.
Yeah. Just Omega waiting for Code Vein.
Code Vein, please.
Alrighty, and you too.
This is Voice Crackers, and I want my Telia Reza, please.
Still dying.
And this is why stalking from a well, apparently.
Oh no! God! This is a voice call! It happens!
You know what you gotta do though? You gotta go buy Octopath Traveler.
You gotta go buy them. You better go buy it after we get off. Alright, everybody. We will see you later in another live stream video, whatever comes to be. Till then, ciao, everybody.